Hi everyone. Hi dark skin lover girl. Hi Miss Ash. Hi Danny. Hello, it's me. Hi Mahogany. Hello, gorgeous. Listen, bad is supposed to be coming. Hi Shantae. Hi Amazing Grace. Hey, shit, it went too fast. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. I definitely have some thoughts. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the heart me's. Danny, I told y'all 2 episodes ago, it's actually a dress, dark skin lover girl. I love it. It's my little like bruja dress. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for the roses. You know what? I know. I was like, I'm kind of bored right now. Like, this is not what I was looking forward to. I wanted to see my results, but there are some things that I thought were really good about tonight, and so I'm looking forward to it. Who the hell knows? Not always, not always. Hi Tashina, hi Mia. Y'all, I was trying to stay in it. I was like, Tina, just lock the fuck in, girl. Listen, I kept pausing it like, nope, I don't have enough time. I'm not getting my boat. And I'm like, it's cool. Just watch what you got, girl. Hi, Lyrical Buki. Well, it wasn't a recoupling to begin with, Sparks. It was not a recoupling to begin with. It was just the pairing of the bombshells with people. So actually, I have complicated thoughts. It's not that I was kind of bored. I was like, this is kind of dry. But I think it's just because I'm so tired of like the Melanie and Sincere storyline at this point. No shade. You know what I'm saying? I do think it was a lot of really good information. So I'm excited to get into that part of it. But like, I was like, girl, I'm okay. Y'all are breaking up. You're sad. Like, okay. We got it. Like, I don't want to hear it no more. Honestly, I'm just ready for the recoupling to happen. It was very insightful. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Jenny. Listen, y'all, I actually have complicated feels about that. Can y'all hear that? Hi, Cynthia. Amanda, I'm like, be thirsty. Just kidding, hydrate. But it's the manager, y'all. She ain't managing her time. Listen, we got a lot of insight tonight, guys. We got a lot of insight. I'm trying to let people come in before I start sharing my thoughts. Inevitably, somebody's gonna come in and be like, what'd you think about something that I already talked about? Because it happens, you know what I mean? People come in late, it's fine. Hi, Bae. Hi, Jilly. Jay Shell, am I saying that right? I actually do feel like they fit well together. And it's been like, what, 48 hours? So, you know, I'm not putting too much on it. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that I'm ready to just see whatever's going to happen with them. Hi, Brandon. Hi, K Boogie. Hey, Mel. You think Zach is either, what is AH? Or a saboteur? Joy, oh boy, you like them? I don't dislike them. It's just like 48 hours. So I don't have any big feels about them necessarily. You think Melanie and Corbin fit better as well? I think Corbin fits best with his house. Like, pack it up, sir. I want to kiss because that's how I get the vibe. You know, I'm a chemistry guy. That's how I get the vibe. Shut up. Your lying ass. You just want to stick your tongue down people's throat. Okay? Don't be annoying. You know what? Corbin does equal Gabe, but with less ability to seal the deal. Because Gabe be suggesting, but then they be going, right? Like, I don't know what it is about Gabe, But they don't be telling that man no for whatever reason. And they should. They should. Hi, Bad. On God, Timu Gabe. Like... Okay, are enough of us here for me to get into it? Get into it. You think he's charming, Anika? I did peep them, let me in. I did peep them. No, I know you're talking about Gabe. I'm just like, is he charming or is he just like has like an assertive presence? You know what I mean? I don't know. Soul didn't really seem charmed by him, and neither did Jen. I think they might have just kissed him because like they're bombshells, and he doesn't really like. He gives like a, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for the heart, me. Ah, TJ, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay. Okay, listen. Gigi, you at the concert still? Have you watched it yet? I just seen you come in here, girl. Okay, because all you've been hearing so far is BS already. Okay, let me run through them. Y'all help me if I forget somebody, okay? Because some people, you know, they're kind of just side characters on the island. No shade. Who do I need to start with? Y'all had a lot of smoke for Bryce in my comments. Is that who I should start with? I have lots of feels about Bryce, y'all. It's okay if I forget them. Okay. Let me also tell y'all, no, because I'm biased. Let me also tell y'all that the comments are being recorded again. So, you know, just know that whatever you say gonna be on YouTube, okay? Y'all been safe for the last, you know, however, 7 of them. Not no more. Okay, let me start with Bryce. Here's the thing for me. I actually don't think I'm biased against Bryce, y'all. I don't feel like I'm biased against Bryce. Listen, I came out and I told y'all from the very beginning, you know what I'm saying, that I felt like the man was showing a level of integrity on that first episode, right? Or the second episode, whatever it was. Whenever he had that conversation with Zach, right? I was like, I feel like that's a level of integrity. You know, like I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But I always reserve the right to change my mind. And I am firm on that age gap. Period, full stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not moving. I'm not moving up off that. I'm just not. If she was 25 and he was 32, I still might be like, ooh, but that would be better than 22 and 29. Okay. I gave him his 10s. I felt like that was integrity, right? Happy for life. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I felt like that was integrity. Not, obviously not last night, but on Tuesday night when we had that episode, I'm not going to come up off of this. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. When he asked Zach, would you hit it about Jen? I said, hold on, sir. Hold on, good sir. What? What are you? Huh? The objectification was disgusting. That was my first. I said, y'all, I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. And he also said in the first look, right, that Kayda was his number 2 and he wanted to explore her. And I said, now hold on. What happened to the years of 22 to 26 being their formative years where they're discovering themselves and not wanting to steal people's youth? What happened to that? Where is that man? Has he exited the villa? See, that's what happens when you're in my business. You in my business. Can you plug it back in, please?
I was laying my head. Mind my business.
Like, what happened, good sir? And Listen. So, okay. Sorry. Let me stay focused. So the fact that he said that, I was like, no. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. And then the other kicker for me tonight was him. It was two more things tonight. Two more things. Number one, when that man said that argument that I had with Trinity, because I was looking for the argument. Where was the argument? I saw a conversation, but I didn't see an argument. I was perplexed. And I said, oh, my love, you're an unreliable narrator. You're an unreliable narrator, okay? Now, I said to y'all, what, on Tuesday? When we were talking about him saying that that Melanie flipped the villa upside down, I said, now I am going to say, he is a white man. He is a white man. And so, you know, he might be putting some tens on it, but nobody disagreed, right? Nobody disagreed with him. So I'm gonna let it ride, right? But then tonight, I felt like you further proved that maybe you should be putting tens on shit. You feel me? I don't know. And then him being stuck on this, like, I don't think that Trinity really likes me. I think, and then them trying to turn it into like projection. You told me what, K Camp? What did you tell me about Bryce? It's exactly, Danny. You wanted an out. Oh no, don't worry, dark skin. I'm about to get to her, because don't do that. You wanted an out. I don't think it's about him not liking black girls, because he also wants to go for Kayda, who is clearly a light-skinned black woman, no matter how mixed she is, right? Nobody's mistaking her for anything other than black. She's not even giving racially ambiguous. She is a light-skinned black woman, period. His type is petite and thin. That's apparently that's all that's required for the man. Okay? You're both my type. And I'm about to get on his head a little bit. Petite, thin, and young? Because I know what you said, but I'm also watching what you're doing. This is why I told y'all, like, in my video about him and Sean, and not the part where I was like, y'all are on one of them and not the other one. Not that video. The video that I made about them attempting to normalize certain things on the show. I was like, they both need to pack it up and go home. And this was before I thought Bryce wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? They both still needed to pack it up and go home. There's nobody in that villa for you. There's nobody in that villa for you. Go home. Go home, Roger. Go home. Okay.
That just reminded me of what you're talking about. I'm sorry, it reminded me of what when I was watching the show, what I was thinking about. Talking about Bryce with the young
Trinity.
When he was talking about, when you were having a conversation about her about being a black woman or whatever, about like body types and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like her. Yeah. Body type being like his. Yeah. Stuff like he don't. I didn't like all that. I like your body type, whatever you said.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all are right. He's running at the sight of curves, okay? Yes, my video where I was talking about the normalization of age gap relationships, right? So as far as I'm concerned, I'm still firmly in the place of he needs to go home. And now even more so you need to go home because now you're being weird. So also go home because of that. I wanted him home because he's 29 and nobody in that villa that's a woman is over 25 years old. But now also go home because you're being weird. Both of them. Both of them. Okay? When it comes to Bryce and Trinity, shout out my girl Trinity for saying, yeah, I ain't fucking with it. She said, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. Loved it. Loved it. She said, boy, stop playing in my face. And I love that, right? Why are y'all having so much smoke for Zach in these comments? I'm confused. Why was he being rude? I think Zach was just being realistic. He is right. That Kayda is probably going to laugh at that man. Y'all think that Kayda ain't saying nothing to Zach about? What? Why are y'all on him so hard right now? Like, anyway, I love that she did that, and I think that if we don't get some bombshells soon, what was he saying about Trinity, that she doesn't really like him? What else? No, he didn't say she wasn't. Okay, y'all dragging it. Y'all kind of dragging it, because he didn't say she's not good in our group. He said we get on better when it's the three of us than we do when she's there. That's what he said. That's not him saying she ain't shit and she shouldn't hang around us and she's not good in our group. He just said the three of us get on better than when she's there. That's not rude. It's honest of their experience. Y'all stop it. And I'm not even no fucking Zach defender, y'all. But like, that's not basically what he said, y'all. Microaggressive, I feel like y'all are dragging that. Exactly. He literally talked about her not getting his jokes, Bryce's jokes. It has to do with the back and forth. He's saying she doesn't riff, like she doesn't do that as well as the three of us do together. Like, I feel like y'all are dragging it because y'all be being protective of black women, and I feel that, but I feel like that's not something to be protective around. The banter isn't the same, and that's okay. Because he was talking about Kiera. Why did he say that? He was talking about why he thinks that they're not really a match. Yeah, I don't think it was about him being against. He othered her. Y'all are doing a lot. No shade. And I love y'all down, but like, if Trinity wasn't a black girl and he had said it, would y'all feel the same way? If Bryce was coupled up with Kenzie and he had said, when Kenzie's not around, we get on better. I agree. I feel like y'all are saying it because Trinity is our little dark-skinned black girl that we are protective of. But, and y'all know, it's always that deep to me. It's always that deep to me, but I kind of feel like y'all are dragging that. No shade. No shade. No shade. But you're allowed to feel how you feel. I could see y'all saying it was rude if he had said to her, I think we get on better when you're not here. But y'all be wanting people to be dishonest about their experience, and I feel like that's kind of weird. No shade. They're only ever supposed to say positive things about each other, even if that's not their experience, y'all. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. And that's not even negative. He didn't say she brings down the vibes. He just said she doesn't get on as well as the three of us do together. Like, okay, anyway, I'm gonna let it go. That's what I feel about Bryce. Yes, we do also see an edited version. They are just friends with each other, but apparently they've been trying to pretend like they think that, you know, they're being romantic or whatever. Literally, that's literally what Zach was saying, right? Like, y'all are not compatible, basically. Right? And I am gonna let the panel up, y'all, but I want to get all my thoughts out because y'all be jumping at the bits, right? Okay, but it wasn't planting seed. Don't do that. Don't say that he was planting seeds of doubt when he was already over there having doubtful moments. Like they were having a conversation about his doubts, y'all. Exactly, Bryce brought it to him, so no shade. Anyway, it's not romantic, which is what a bunch of us have already been saying, which is basically what Zach said. Like, y'all are not really compatible. I don't think she really gets you. Y'all are not really getting on like that, you know? He's like, because he's like, you really like her? Whatever, far be it from me to keep defending a man, but I do feel like y'all dragging it. And let's get on to Trinity. Trin. That's what I call my daughter. Trin. Mamas. CMJ, we don't think it's romantic because it's not. I need, you know, my girl. I hope they bring somebody in for her expeditiously. They give good friends vibes, you know what I mean? They're besties, you know? And I think if they would approach it from Sage, please, ma'am. If they would approach it from the perspective of like, we're homies having a great time, instead of trying to force romance, I think they would even have more fun together. Honestly. Adelaide, like, I feel like they'd be lying to themselves. I don't know. She's like, can we just be more affectionate? Who else? Okay, let me not do that. Friday, please cut the shit. Friends to lovers absolutely exist. That's not going to happen with those two. Please stop it. Please stop. Like, y'all are playing. For real, y'all are playing. Y'all are playing. That man wants an out. She's not sure whether or not she wants to even let herself really go in, for real, which is fair, honestly. It's only been a little over a week, right? But it's not giving friends to lover. It's not giving palatable chemistry between the two of them, but also like, you know, we are also homies. No, it's not giving that, right? No shade, all tea, but y'all's last friends to lovers trope that y'all watched, there was still initial physical, romantic, and sexual attraction there. It does not exist with these two. Please stop. But they're not moving slow. You know how they're moving? Like fucking Taylor and Alandria. Cut the shit. It's not giving friends to lover. It's not giving slow burn. It's giving y'all are not interested in each other in that way, for real. I'm sorry. I was trying not to say nobody from season 7, but please stop. Sorry. Okay. It's okay. You can think whatever you want to think. You can think whatever you want to think. It's not that deep. But I'm just saying, y'all, it's not, no shade. And it's nothing wrong with them being friends. I love them being friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. I think it's adorable. I love that they kiki in bed together. But I don't think that she wants to jump that man's bones. They're not affectionate in that way. Anyway, I'm dragging it out. It's over. That's what I think. That's what I feel. Okay. I need somebody to come in for Trinity. Okay. That's all I can think about is the turtle tongue. Listen, I just need somebody to come in. Come in for Trinity. And here's the thing, because I'm not going to say that Bryce is completely playing in her face. I'm not going to say that. But I am going to say he didn't tell the whole truth when he went and sat down with her. He told Zach, she's my number 2. I want to pull her. He said, just in case, I might pull, I might pull her maybe, because you're both my type. Boy, shut up. I'm not comparing him to Taylor. Don't. Friday, are you new to me? I don't want to be mean to you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to control it. Friday, are you new to me? I'm not comparing Bryce to Taylor. What I am saying, y'all. No, I don't want to go up on you. I don't like to do that. What I am saying is that the energy between them is a similar energy to what you saw between Taylor and Alandria. Not at all that Bryce is Taylor or that Trinity is Alandria. I'm just saying that it's the same energy that you feel. That's it. Not the individual people. Okay? That's it. Feeling vulnerability as in like she might leave the island. Is that what you mean? Yeah, it's giving platonic. And that's okay. Hi, Missy. Okay. Enough of them. On him saying that he's not her traditional type. Hi, Tina. I'm going to get to med school and sincere, y'all. Are you asking me what I think about him saying that he's not her traditional type? I think if he knows that to be true, then that's a fair statement. I don't know what Trinity's traditional type is. But also, like, I know that they're having conversations that we don't see. And so, like, maybe that is true. Maybe she's not his traditional type. Darling, I literally can't wait. Like, do you have a humiliation kink? What are we about to watch? Why are you going back? Did you not get enough in that bed the first time? Okay, y'all want me to talk about med school? Y'all want me to talk about med school? Okay, let's talk about med school. And I'm definitely going to get to KC and Anaya too. Wait, Ginger, you don't want me to talk about med school? Okay. Med school. I certainly will. I will talk about all of them. Just sincere. Oh, sorry, Friday, you're new. Med school is Melanie from the game. So we call her med school. Okay. Med school. Let's get into it. She did a lot of things right for me this episode. I'm going to tell you all the things she did right before I get in her ass a little bit, okay? First thing that she did right was that she paused that situation with Corbin to talk to Kenzie first. Why does that matter to me, especially, right? Because she got feedback from Bea a couple days, 4 days into the villa about moving weird with men and impacting the girls. To me, that means at this point, you now have listened and are acknowledging that you needed that feedback and are now applying it. I like that. I like that. That was growth, right? I can appreciate that. What else did she do right for me this episode? I feel like there's something else, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, you know what else she did? Okay, what else she did right for me this episode, y'all? Shut up. Y'all, I thought it was a list too. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay. What else she did right? Bye, Gigi. What else she did right this episode? Allowing herself to step away. See, I can find it. She allowed herself to step away from a moment where she was feeling very, very emotional and wanted to act up a little bit without even doing the give me 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not on her. I'm not even on her yet, book lover. I'm being nice right now. I'm being thoughtful. This is me showing you all that I can do nuance, right? I can acknowledge what is strong and what is good while also saying, "Ooh, this wasn't great." No, I'm not talking about when they stopped her from going up the stairs, y'all. I'm talking about when she was, I'm going to get to that. I'm just talking about when she was laying down and she's having an emotional moment, and Bea and Anaya are trying to comfort her, and she feels herself getting worked up, and so then she goes and she takes a walk. I'm gonna give her that because we also didn't get a give me 10. That said, okay, that said, I continue to stand by y'all that I think that we're not seeing certain things just based on how some of the Islanders act with her. And honestly, I'm okay with it, production. Please keep that shit the fuck away from me, because that shit was wearing me out with the island last year. You hear me? I don't want to see that shit. They have to live it, but I don't want to. Okay, my island's supposed to be fun with just a dash of unhinged, okay? So I'm going to take it. But there's clearly something that's going on that we're not seeing, because when the first conversation happened, I'm not even at the KC running part. I'm talking about when her and Anaya were sitting there and they were talking about the fact that he had kissed old girl. And she literally said to her, like, you're handling it so well. Like, I'm so proud of you for like not overreacting or whatever the word was, right? But like, it was like heaping on praise for the fact that she was having a normal response. And it's like, how does she typically respond where this is what? Why are we giving so much props for her just like taking it, you know? And so what it feels like is, listen, a lot of people are giving her feedback, but what I'm going to give her is that she's at least taking it, right? And what I'm going to give everybody else in the villa that is different this year than last year is they are clearly at least providing the feedback. Because last year they were dancing around a little bit too much. Ain't nobody even saying nothing bad about Anaya. Who's y'all? Because y'all know that y'all is short for you all, right? Which would mean me and whomever else. And I ain't said nothing about that girl that's bad. Ever. It was gentle parenting, Mia. Oh, okay. They have in the comments. Leave Anaya alone. The comments are moving too fast, y'all. Sorry. Okay. No, you're okay. You're okay. I was just like, I'm not coming for Anaya. I don't believe that they're coddling. The only reason why is we saw Casey's reaction. We saw Beatrice's reaction. We saw Anaya's reaction. And what I'm talking about with Anaya and Beatrice, right, was like Anaya was like, she's getting ready to go up there. And like, there was clearly frustration about it. Beatrice is like, oh my gosh, she just needs to chill. And then Casey goes running to stop her. And she's like, okay, Anaya, I'm just going to tell her to come back. Just relax, right? So everybody is like, girl, stop. So I do think that everybody is giving her some level of feedback around not doing too much. Well, see, here's the thing. I'll get to them in a second, Sarah. Here's the thing. I actually would not have been mad at her going to pull him, depending on how she did it. I wouldn't have necessarily been mad at it. It would depend on how she did it. And here's the thing. You're asking me, CJ, why do I think that Anaya thought it was okay for her to talk to him initially? Maybe Anaya's just tired of her talking to her. Girl, go talk to that man. But I do think that it depends on how she had done it. That said, they know her better than any of us do as viewers. We are getting 1 out of 24 hours. They live with that girl. They live with that girl. So them intervening is for a reason. Here's where Melanie also, I'm gonna give Melanie this as well, right? When med school was like, I haven't done anything to this extent, she's absolutely the fuck correct. Now I'm not saying she wasn't wilding. I'm not saying she wasn't tripping. I'm not saying she wasn't doing a lot. But what I am saying is there is levels to this shit. It is not an equal reaction. It is not an equitable reaction. He's doing a lot more than med school did. That's just honest. That is honest. So here's the thing. I also agree. I see the comment and I'm responding to that. I agree that they should not be being hurt about people exploring. What I do think is that people deserve honesty about it. People deserve honesty about it. If he had sat and had that conversation with Melanie and said, yes, you're my number one. Yes, you are still my top girl. Because honestly, I don't think that part is a lie. I do think that Melanie still is his number one, but he is very intrigued by Soul. Right? If he had said, yes, you are still my number one, but I do want to explore her. I do like talking to her. I am attracted to her. She's like, I would have respected that a lot more. And to me, that speaks to what Anaya said, right? About like, you can explore, but there is a way to go about it where it is respectful to your partner, where it's not just dogging them out or not considering their feelings. Now, we can all agree that Mel considered that man's feelings with Corbin and the intention was to hurt them. We can all agree that that's what that was, right? She thought about his feelings. And the intention was to hurt the feelings, right? Period, full stop. And while I do not think that his situation is motivated with the same intent, it still is hurtful. Even if that's not the intention, it still is hurtful because he's being dishonest about what's going on. And then he's gaslighting her about her experience, which is crazy making. It will make you feel like you're fucking crazy when I see and I can feel that something is off, and then you're telling me something that I'm tripping, that is something different than that. Yes, do we know what gaslighting means? And I'm not being funny. I'm seriously asking the question. Okay. He is literally saying, yeah, I know that this is your reality that you're experiencing, but like, no, that's not real. She's watching it. She's feeling it. Like, Priestess Potions, I don't disagree with that. And I feel like you don't have to buck up, Buttercup. You're a grown ass man. Stand on your shit, homie. I'm not saying that I don't think that he thinks she's going to have a reaction. Everybody fucking thinks she's going to have a reaction. Duh. Not to you, but I'm just saying, like, everybody knows that girl is going to have a reaction, which is why they are trying to be fucking referees and goddamn, goalies, blocking her from getting to Sincere all the fucking time. Everybody knows that her reaction is going to be a lot. And at some point you are just going to have to face it. Exactly what he told Anaya, right? Chest out, chin up. At some point you just gonna have to do it. You know? Because it actually is more harmful to her for you to keep like dropping, oh, just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just dump it all, baby. Dump it all and let it be done. Exactly, sweet but rare. Well, I don't think he's breadcrumbing her. And I don't think that he is, hold on. I don't think that he's breadcrumbing her. And I don't think that he's necessarily trying to create a false sense of intimacy. I think he does feel close to her. I think what he feels for med school is real. He also just is very poorly navigating what he also feels about soul. This man was a cheater. He was a cheater, not a non-monogamous person. He's never practiced ethical non-monogamy. So he is moving like a cheater because that's what he has practice at. That's what he's good at. No shade, all tea. Right? And part of what the drama is of the island, right? Which is why I always say, like, we actually don't need people to kick shit up. Because part of the drama of the island is them figuring out how to do that. Still Museum, you know what? We don't know that he was good at it, but I did catch him saying, I can't do what I want to do. I have to choose one. I thought your cheating days were in the past, Sincere. Sir? He said, all of them, okay? Throw Kayda in that bitch too. Okay? So I'm gonna give Mel. I'm always gonna give people credit when it's due. I think med school showed tonight that she is capable of some shit, and I'm about to get on y'all nerves, but I don't care. And this is why my girl Bea wasn't wrong, because now Mel has taken in that, advice and grown from it. Let me stop playing. But like, for real though, like, take a time break, y'all. Exactly, Mommy Ashley, correct the behavior. People, and I get it, people felt like she was checking her, and I will give you, it was 4 days, whatever, she didn't really know her like that. But literally correcting your behavior is a part of accountability. Right? Like, you are not actually being accountable if you don't also change your behavior. That's it. Right? So I can appreciate we're getting to watch med school really have to stretch into this new skill in a way that we have not seen before. Good for her. I feel like she got what she needed out of the villa, and I hope she has a great time when she gets back to the States. Just kidding. Clock that tea, babe. Clock that tea, which is why the comparisons to people from last season are so unfair. I told y'all that week 1, that girl is not that girl. Stop. I can see why y'all think that, but you got to go beyond the surface. Listen, you know what, Millie? I don't disagree with you. I'm just willing to concede it because Bea did, but I don't disagree. I don't disagree. 4 days in the villa is different than 4 days in the real world. Them people are together for 24 hours of them 4 fucking days. That is different. Right? Sincere, sincere, sincere. Boy. So I have feels. Okay. I'm gonna give him his stuff first, okay? Number one, I appreciate that he's willing to be vulnerable with the guys and try to talk through his feelings. That said, Zach keeps asking that man very direct questions, and he keeps not having direct answers. Okay? But I appreciate him being able to share openly about his feels. Okay? Yeah, Zach kept asking him, well, who do you have the chemistry with? Who do you feel like you're leaning toward? Who do you feel? He kept asking him to sort of just name it, and Sincere, well, it's both of them. Well, it's okay. What will I also give him? I'm also going to give him the hour with Soul. Listen, I'm actually not mad that he spent hours talking to Soul. Do you want to know why? Y'all probably already know. He has spent an entire week with only med school talking to her for hours. It is only reasonable that he would spend these 2 days really trying to sort of speed ramp what is happening between us so that I can have a better understanding. That's not that outrageous to me, actually. That makes sense. He and med school already have enough of a foundation and a base where the curiosity is less about what he feels for med school and more about what the hell is going on with this girl's soul. Because I like her. And it feels, if we're keeping it a buck, it feels light. It feels easy, which I don't think has been his experience with med school. He's very relaxed with Soul in a way that we don't necessarily see with med school. Even when they were hugging, there's like a glaze over that happens with him a little bit. Bree, we already touched that. Like he's definitely, there's something that feels uncomfortable for him in that dynamic, even if he really likes it over there. And like Bryce told him, even though I already got on Bryce's ass, right? You don't know your house is burning until you get out of it. He's like the dog sitting in the house going, God, it's fucking hot, y'all. I don't know. What should I do? It's hot. Damn. I'm really fucking hot. And it's like, baby, get up and go. Get up and go. And I think, y'all, yes, Bernice, that's what I think, but I'm going to get to that. I think that he will never truly be free to explore Soul as long as Melanie is in the villa. We did give him an out, though. We gave him an out because I think the public overwhelmingly voted for him to couple with Soul. So then it's not going to be his fault because we did it. You know what I'm saying? We made the decision. Right? For them to couple up. So that will give him an out, but I also don't think that Melanie, even with her exploring Corbin, unless again, she is doing leaps and bounds, which she might. But I don't think that med school is going to be able to really let it go. And I think it's going to make it hard for her and for him. And honestly, you all, it makes me wonder, why do you feel so close after a week? And, you know, she takes up a lot of emotional space in the villa, right? She takes up a lot of emotional space in the villa. The fact that people are having to stop what they're doing to run her down to keep her from going upstairs, right? The fact that when Kayda and Zach are over there, they trying to have their little cute little couple moment, right? And she plucking his eyebrows, and here she come. Girl, it's the Melanie show a little bit, and that's not fair to everybody else, you know? And so that part, yeah. As far as him with Soul, y'all, here's the only reason why I'm not willing to write Sincere off completely. The only reason I'm not willing to write Sincere off completely is I feel like I need more data. I feel like I need to see him in another dynamic first. Because right now I fear that the dynamic that he is in potentially is influencing his behavior and the way that he's moving. And I don't know if it was less toxic, if it was healthier, would he be acting the same way? I don't feel like I have enough information to say that yet. So I feel like I need to see something different. And it doesn't shock me that he has people pleaser behaviors because he's the oldest child, y'all. So I'm not saying anything he's doing is right. I'm not saying I'm going to hold his feet to the fire where they need to be. And I am saying that I do want to see him with someone else first before I say this man is just a liar all the time. This is just sort of how he is. I want to see him in a different dynamic first. It's only a week and a half in. I think what he also mentioned with Soul is that he feels a little bit more reciprocity around, like, she is pursuing him and he's pursuing her. Whereas with Melanie, he feels like he's only pursuing her. So this is like my therapy part, right? Him and Melanie do a lot of the push-pull in their dynamic. She pushes, he pulls. He pushes, she pulls, right? They do that a lot in their dynamic. And that's not a good cycle to be in. It's exhausting, right? Seventh letter, not you said it as soon as I said it. He thought he loved the chase until he had to do it consistently for 24 hours every single day, Shello. It's one thing to chase somebody when, you know, you can put your phone down at the end of the night and not have to deal with their asses no more. It's another thing when that motherfucker is right next to you all day, every day. So, you know, I'm just saying, right? What else about Soul and Sincere and med school? I like Soul. I feel like y'all need to back up off of her, low key, high key. Soul hasn't done anything for us to dislike her, y'all. But what Soul, you know, Soul said something tonight that I thought was interesting. Soul said, I mean, she is a side piece, Shello. She's literally a bombshell. That's literally the function of a bombshell. To be the girl on the side that's trying to steal your man. Like, what? She's literally doing her job. Shut up. That said, she said tonight, you know what, Shrekhan, you're not wrong. I think the same thing about her. Oh, you mean in real life too? People are saying that in real life she's a side piece. I don't know about that, child. She said tonight, and Jen had a conversation. It's like everybody's so closed off in here. Everybody kind of locked in. I don't really want to mess that up. I don't want no drama. So it makes me wonder about who Jen and Soul might want to pursue that they feel like they can't. I noticed. I heard it. I agree. I feel like that too, potentially, that she might be talking about, she might be talking about KC. And I noticed them being chummy at the table, which, you know, they're all friends. They're all friends. They get along. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whatever. But I noticed. Anaya and Casey are boring. I think that they're just not giving y'all drama. Anyway. You know why I think people are saying, somebody asked, why are we seeing less exploring? I think that there are fewer people in there that are attracted to the other people in there. I don't think everybody is attracted to, like, I think there are some people in there that maybe are only attracted to their connection and not other people. So why would they be exploring? Just for the hell of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly, Wonderful Life Blog. All of the healthy couples are going to be perceived as boring by people, right? If you're not seeing them, which is why what we got from Casey and Anaya was the sort of like tussle around how they were going to explore, because that was like something you could kind of like latch onto. You know what I'm saying? Something you could discourse about, which people did, you know? But I don't think that there are other people in there that they necessarily like. And I'm just going to tell y'all too, that Anaya's not a stupid girl. I know y'all be thinking, you know, she a little too gracious, whatever. I hear that. But she also told Kenzie immediately that Corbin was a fuckboy. She said Corbin tried to kiss Kayda like 3 times, like he's like a fuckboy, girl. Oh, Toya, I already gave it. And now what is Kenzie saying tonight? What Anaya already told her? Chirp, chirp, bitch. Why you didn't see that shit when Anaya said it? Because you was too busy worried about that lion having big hands. Don't piss me off, girl. Because I don't know why people are cool. I mean, I don't know if people are or not. But I don't know why people are cool with Kenzie being coupled up with Corbin, giving no shade, literally all tea, that like 8 years ago that girl was a maggot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Racism is just like a part of our like developmental story. Like it's just part of our character development. Like, what are you talking about? And the fact that she won't stop fucking using AAVE, it's giving ick, ill, please take it home. Get off the island, mamas. It is generous. Yes, no. What her family said was, she's grown. Not y'all said I'm harassing and bullying her. It ain't my fault that the girl had on a maggot hat. Why are you mad at me? You should be mad at her. The fuck? Correct. And then referring to them constantly as animals is weird. It's weird. It absolutely is giving Bandingo. It absolutely is giving Buck. Listen, y'all know it's always that deep. It is. It's giving that. It's giving fetish. I don't like it. And I don't even like him, but the truth is the truth. You feel me? The truth is the truth. That said, I really appreciated her and med school's conversation. Here's the thing. Kenzie, shut up. Shut up, girl. What are you talking about? You are being very upset for something that you should not really be upset about, if we want to keep it a buck. You're upset with Melanie because you're like, oh, you only want to explore him because you don't have any, because your connection is spelling. Baby, that's literally how the game works. That's literally how the game works. What? And you were just saying that having a roster, having 2 men was too much for you. Like, well, you're not, I feel like you're just not trying hard enough. So baby, you just want to stay conflicted. And that's because you was in that bed. Fuck the covers. I seen her face. Who didn't see that? Everybody saw that. She's like, I have feelings for you because you be feeling him. What? Girl, shut up. Like, you can't cloud your judgment this early in the game, baby. You can't cloud your judgment this early in the game. And not that I'm saying it's a game, but I'm just saying, like, this early in the process is what I'll say. The nail bite and all, Shayla. And what's crazy is, like, I legit don't even care about it, but it absolutely is clouding your judgment. Okay. I felt like Kenzie was doing too much in that conversation. I felt like she was coming for med school in a way that was unnecessary. And that's another 10 I will give med school. She kept her composure. She stayed calm. She validated what Kenzie was feeling. She held it together. She let her friend feel how her friend needed to feel about the situation, even though, to be perfectly honest, I don't think that med school was wrong. I don't think that med school was wrong in that situation. Pulling people is part of the process. I will say, I heard Kenzie say, if that was sincere, you would be tripping on me, right? So, like, I understand that part of the frustration is you're doing it, but you wouldn't want me to do it. Back to, you got rules for me that you don't have for yourself. I respect that, Kenzie. I also see that side of it. I hear that. Her pulls are always reactionary. You also are not wrong. Right? So, like, I see that part of it, and I think that med school held it together very well in that conversation. Well, I told y'all that med school and Kenzie were the tightest in that villa at one point, at least. I don't know if that's true anymore. It sounded like it tonight, though, because she's like, you're the only girl that I tell everything to. But that was obvious to me from the very beginning that they were like the closest there. So she has a lot of respect for Kenzie. Okay. That's med school, sincere soul, and Kenzie. Kenzie is not interesting to me. I don't care about her with any of these people. I feel like Caleb and Jen aren't even really on the island. Zach and Kayda aren't really even on the island. The most on the island that Zach is right now is the fact is because Bryce wants to talk to Kayda. That's when he, got his ticket back to the island. Like, honestly, are y'all even here? And it's like, Jen and Caleb, are y'all pulling and talking to anyone? Y'all so lucky we coupled y'all up, because I don't think y'all doing anything to find your own connections. Listen, Bad, I don't think that you're wrong. Gabe and Bea. Gabe, I need you to understand that we like Bea, not you. Okay? You are getting cover for the sake of our girl. Okay? At least mine. All right? So get some motherfucking act right. You feel me? What are you doing? Now, I will say, he told her, you know what I'm saying? He told her whatever. Bea, mamas, I know that vulnerability is hard. I know, baby. I know. It's hard. It's hard. And you don't have to be the cool girl. You don't have to be the cool girl. You don't have to act like you don't give a fuck when you know that you do. I think that Bea is, I don't think that it's fair to say that Bea is sort of like letting Gabe do whatever. I think that Bea wants to try to explore, but to be perfectly honest, with whom? With whom? She talked to Corbin, but Corbin is not interested in Bea. So what is she supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? I agree, Mommy Ashley. For a lot of the girls, it's like with whom? Not only did Corbin barely make eye contact, then he brought up a whole other girl. Now you up here talking to her about Melanie. Because of, let's take it all the way back to Bea and Melanie's conversation. Y'all treating Bea like one of the guys, and that's why she likes Gabe. Because she gets to just be a girl with him. I fear, based on how the public has voted, that Bea may end up going home. And I will be sad for her to not be on my screen. But I'm okay because right now there's not a man in that villa that I think she should be with. I don't know how they voted. There were lots of people that were not being smart and putting couples with the bombshells. I actually don't think she should have stayed with Sean. I think that y'all, listen, don't get me started. Y'all gave that girl, not y'all explicitly, right? But the public gave that girl so much grief for picking that man, and then 24 hours later, stepping up to meet the bombshell because you weren't sure, she wasn't sure whether or not, she could do a man with a kid. Had she stayed with him for another week, y'all would have gave her even more fucking grief. Don't do that. If she would have stayed with him just long enough to choose up, y'all would have gave her even more grief. And I don't know why y'all like so much pork on your fucking island. I'm sorry. But like, it's fine, y'all. It's actually okay. I'm sorry. No, you can't have no bacon filling dark skin. You know what it is? You know what it is? T said, what is this obsession with Sean? He wasn't that great. I fear that what is happening with Sean is what happened with Jeremiah. And it will take some time, but eventually y'all will see that maybe he's also weird. I don't know. Oh, you know what? She did say that. Fifth House Reading said that Sean was going to reconnect with someone on the 12th. So it could be someone from the show, is what she said. You're not wrong. I hope not. But you're not wrong. Maybe they'll reconnect for a coffee. Oh my. Orange, please. Friday. You know what? Y'all better stop. Not in a donut, please. Okay. That's everybody that was important, yeah? Oh. Anaya and KC. I have a thought, but I really don't know if I should say it because I don't want y'all running with this shit. I really don't want y'all coming for them. Okay, it's not damning, but it is something that I noticed. Okay, I just noticed it. That's it. You're right. I just noticed that when Bryce and Casey were talking about how much Casey really likes Anaya, that Bryce kind of laughed and said, "Look me in my eyes." And that made me curious about what they talked about that we haven't seen. That's all. And then he's like, "No, really, I do." You know what I'm saying? So it just made me curious what they talked about that we haven't been privy to. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. It just made me curious. I don't think it's damning, but it did make me curious. Shrek Khan, I don't know about that. Just go watch the scene back and see how y'all feel about it. You know, again, I just noticed it. I'm not saying that it means anything. I'm just saying I noticed it and it made me curious. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying that. That was in the dressing room. It was just him. It was in the bedroom. It was him and Bryce. And I believe it was after the night. It was before they went down do they be eating it? Are they going down to dinner? What the hell are they going downstairs for dressed up? Just to eat? Or I mean, just to drink and eat chips and shit? Whatever. It was that part. Casey does keep asking how Anaya feels. And I appreciate that, right? Him checking in around how she is feeling. And her answer hardly ever changes. So I'm not sure why we keep asking. Maybe it is his check-in. Listen, I'm not saying, but like, why? Why do you keep checking in? Exactly. He did say it twice to him. Okay, Cam. That's what made it noticeable to me. Like, I just feel like I'm not mad at KC, y'all. I'm not saying anything negative about him. I'm just saying that there were two things that I noticed that made me go, okay, I'm gonna pay attention. That's it. I know. Jen, I saw that. Jim X Jim, I mentioned it. Okay, you're rewatching that scene right now. I don't think it's, and listen, y'all, I'm not saying that KC has to stay with Anaya. I'm not saying that. Oh, y'all didn't hit the tap go. I'm not saying that. I like them generally together. I have no reason to dislike them together, personally. I have no reason to dislike them being together. Thank you. I think I like them generally enough together. Okay. But it is only a week and a half, so I'm okay if people don't stay together, y'all. It's a week and a half in. And they're there for 6 weeks, right? I don't know. I make that up. I don't know how long they're there. I just make that up. I don't know. But like, I'm okay with that, y'all. Actually. Y'all have to hit 175K for them to give you the comments back. Okay. Ooh, it's a lot of y'all in the queue, baby. All right. So I'm going to do my best at knowing who subscribers are to bring you up first, per usual. And then everybody else, actually, fuck, I feel like every single one of y'all in this queue is a subscriber. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna have to rotate.
Hey,
Hi. Hello, hello. Let me
if
finish.
y'all see a video of me jumping around at an Evanescence concert, that's AI. I'm gonna let y'all know that now.
I love
But
it.
off topic, Amy Lee, that mic was on and the auto tune was off. Masterclass in breath control and tone control. Oh my God.
We love it. We love it. Oh, y'all got the comments back. Hey, shout out to the chat. If you are in my queue and you're a subscriber and I don't know you're a subscriber off the top of my head, will you put it in the comments? Because it used to be really good. It used to show me on here and now it doesn't anymore. So some of you I'm just doing from memory. I know you, Danny. I know you, K Boogie. And I know you, Nikki. I know you, Bad. Like, some of y'all I know off the top of my head. Just not everybody.
Hello.
Hi, my love.
I have one request. Can I go first? Because I have to get up early tomorrow. So I gotta go to
You
sleep.
absolutely can. You already told me that. So for sure, for sure. Oh, you know what?
y'all.
It's 395 of y'all in here. I don't know if you are new to me or true to me, but I do like to give this disclaimer because I just saw somebody at Shello, even though Toya, I know that you know. Shello is the live mascot. Shello is going to troll y'all about some shit. Don't let Shello rile you up, okay? They just be fucking with y'all, all right?
I love that I have my own live mascot now. It's Kenzie's attorney.
Where they at tonight? I'm
I
shocked
love
they ain't
that for
over
you
here.
too.
I don't know.
They might be looking for you, Bad.
Well, now that Bad is up
Maybe.
here, they gonna find her.
Probably.
Hello, everyone. It's so good to be
Nikki!
back. Hello, ladies.
Seven
Gigi, where were you?
better.
Hey, where were you at?
Huh? Oh,
I
me?
said,
Oh,
where
I
were
was
you?
at an Evanescence concert.
Oh, that's what you said. Oh, wow. I can't wait to hear about it.
Anika is right. Let me in. Also be fucking with y'all sometimes, okay? So just
Let Me In sure do be playing around. I'm a mute
no.
Let Me In one of these days.
I
Too.
love
Talking
Let
about
Me
can we
In.
have
Let
sex?
me in is a
Just
hell of a
know that they
troll.
be messing with y'all on purpose, okay? Okay, Bad is gonna go first because
Work,
Bad has to
y'all.
get off to go to she got shit to do, okay? She's a busy, booked and busy woman, okay? So Bad, go ahead and give us your thoughts first, baby.
Y'all don't jump me because I got a lot to say. Y'all might not agree with some of it. So don't jump me. I think I might be projecting a little bit on the whole Bryce and Trinity situation. Because I feel like Trinity is confusing being comfortable with actually liking that man or having a crush on him. And I know I have done that plenty of times. So I was pissed today that man played in her face and hurt her feelings. I'm upset. I'm beyond upset. And I don't know. Zach, I am irritated You're probably right. You're probably right. He was just telling the truth, but I'm irritated because that's my girl and I don't like nobody talking about her. So for now, Zach and Bryce, Dumb and Dumber. That's all. They're Dumb and Dumber. That's what they're gonna be to me. Okay. Also, another thing y'all might not like, I kind of got what Kenzie was saying when she was saying if she had pulled Sincere, Melanie would have went off on her, because that's very true. However, the rest of the conversation, she was doing way too much. She was doing way too much. This is what the heck? I didn't
Go
even
ahead,
say
man.
nothing. I didn't even say nothing. But Melanie, I am proud. She did well today. I was like, wow, you kept your emotions under control. I love this for her. Sincere was doing too much, and that man is a liar, a bold-faced liar. I'm irritated. I'm over all his lies, because if you want to go and explore soul, that's fine. Don't nobody care about that. But at least be honest. Yes, I like Beavis and Butthead better, actually. Thank you, Nola. Yeah, so Sincere, I just need him to be more honest. He keeps lying through them teeth, and I'm tired of it. I'm sick. Who else? Everybody else is boring me. I'm sorry. I'm sad for my girl, Bea, because Gabe is nasty. Corbin's nasty. The only option she has is nasty people. I'm over the nasty guys. They have to go. I need somebody to come in for Bea. If she goes home, though, I guess I'll have to be okay with it. Anaya and Casey, they're doing okay. I'm glad they're doing better now. I agree with Casey about Melanie not going to talk to Sincere, because I don't feel like that would have been productive at the time. I feel like she just would have been more upset, and that wouldn't have really changed anything. Like, she would have seen it in action, and it would have really hurt her feelings even more. So I was okay with it. I feel like they were kind of protecting her feelings, which I was okay with for today. Now let me get my rocks off about this dumb ass Bryce. This man, I need him to, first of all, stop listening to everybody else. While I do think that Trinity is kind of lying to herself about liking him, why does he keep listening to everybody else instead of just listening to the words that are coming out of her mouth? Because nothing she said would convince him that she don't like him. Like, he's being stupid, and you're about to mess up both of y'all's space in the villa because Kayda don't like your ass. She does not like you. So you're gonna go over there and talk to him. And now, Zach, that's another reason you're dumb too. Because now you done all this to, like, what's the word? I don't know the word I'm looking for. I'm just mad right now. You did all this to co-sign his story. And now he's got this bold energy to go and talk to your girl that you know don't like him. Now you're like, whoa, I didn't think he was actually going to talk to her. Yeah, you shouldn't have said that. You should have just been like Anaya. Just play into his delusions and tell him Trinity likes him. I don't know. It's Love Island. You don't have to be truthful. I don't care. I don't care. But now you look stupid, both of you. That's all I have to say. I'm tired of them.
Love you down bad. Okay, we're gonna go top to bottom. Gigi, give me your thoughts.
So I just look, timing is perfect, right? Because I literally just got done with the rewatch. So I'm gonna go backwards, okay? I know that I was here for XOXO Gossip Girl because I think that they're a fun time and I like them having a key together. But I'm gonna let you know right now, you and Bad and Nikki ain't gonna have a choice. If he make my girl Trinity cry, we gonna hop onto these damn paddle boards I got.
Yes!
We go paddle our asses to Fiji and beat his ass. That's all
I'll
I'm
be
saying.
there in the
Girl.
AM.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not playing. I already
All
was
I'm
looking up
saying.
flights. I looked it up.
Bryce, don't do me.
Get
Don't do
behind
me,
me,
please.
Trinity. Get behind me.
Listen, get behind me. You and all your wigs, girl, get behind me because I'm not playing. We gonna row the boat all the fuck away to Fiji.
She looks so beautiful tonight, too.
Listen,
She
such a
did.
stunner. But you know why Trinity is the OG, triple OG? He said, how you feeling? She said,
I'm not fucking with
I'm
it.
not fucking with it.
How can you not love a girl like that? Like seriously, like how
I'm
you
not
not love
gonna
a girl
lie,
like
I
that?
almost cried. I said yes.
I said,
Listen,
look at her
And
speaker,
but
Ola Lingua. I know that's right.
listen, but you know what? You know what? And I know there's this there's this idea out there that I don't think that they're necessarily romantic. I do think that she has an attachment to him though. Because I did see that like when he was talking to her, her feelings were genuinely hurt.
Yes.
And that's why I want to beat him up. Because her
Same.
feelings are genuinely hurt. And I don't think that he necessarily wants to hurt her feelings. I just don't think that he thought her feeling. I think he thought that she was this, like, I get this feeling when I see their conversation that like, he's like, okay, she's fun. She's surface level. It's not that serious to her. But I don't think he realized he was going to hurt her feelings like that. And not that I think that he even cares, but I don't think he even thought, like, I don't even think that thought crossed his mind. Because I think in his conversations with the men, I think he's looking for that out and looking for that, okay, how do I go and have my fun? And like, but still like secure my way to stay on the island and not make it feel bad. But she's very much like, all right, bitch, but when have I not been honest with you? Like, just keep it a buck with me. And he didn't do that. I think he was being very disingenuous. And I'm like, that's not XOXO Gossip Girl coded. So you can't, like, no, sir. You can go. I'm gonna start calling you Wig now because you pissed me off and I don't like that. You trying to be sincere, boy. Stop, slow down. You are Bryce. Okay. You're not sincere. Sincere got his own truckload of shit. Speaking of sincere. No, before I go to sincere, can we give my dog Casey his 10s? Can we give my boy KC his 10s? He was okay, aside from that one little weird conversation with Bryce. Fine, whatever, Tina. I see your face. You act like, I know you can't fix your face, girl, please. You can't fix your face for shit. You got Pisces face. You can't fix your face for shit. But aside from that conversation, there is something about the way they have, like, they connect physically and they have physical intimacy during their conversations that I love watching. It's not cringy. It's not like he doesn't like there's a physical attraction without being overtly sexual, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate watching that between them. And I just, it's so stinking adorable and I just love it. Did I side-eye that conversation? I have to have the full context of that conversation that he had with Bryce. I do. Because for me, if I were to put all of what we saw together, I think Bryce is trying to find somebody else to be in the boat with him. And it felt like he was trying to rope Casey, and Casey's like, I like it right here on the shore. I don't need to be under the sea. I don't want to be where the people are. I like it right here on the shore. You can leave me right here. It felt like he was trying to rope him in. And that's what that felt like to me. But I wouldn't put anything past the man anyway. So I do need the full context of that conversation. You know what? I'm gonna give Melanie her ones, because you know what I did like when she came with the chisme and that they had that like kind of girl moment. I loved seeing that. I loved seeing and then them embracing her with it. I loved seeing that. And it felt like they're all still sort of managing her, because there are times where they're just like, oh my gosh, girl, like, we love that you didn't overreact. Like, they're still managing her. But at the same time, there was that moment. So I do have to give credit where credit is due. And she didn't overreact. I wish Casey would stop. I wish Sincere would stop playing in her face, because I do still think he is playing in her face. Just be honest. Like, I feel like these people, are forgetting that you're supposed to explore. So you're not going to get in trouble for being honest. I think the biggest issue that they have is this lack of communication, this lack of honest communication. Stop trying to placate her and tell her what it is, because you're digging a deeper hole that's unfucking necessary. And that's what's pissing me off. It's the same shit with Taylor. Nobody's mad that you're exploring. It's the way you're going about it. Like, I don't understand what's not clicking with them. It's like, bro, like it's just weird to me. I don't know. And then Gabriel, get that spit demon off my campus, please. Expel him, throw him in the ocean, do something. Like, I don't know, summon a tidal wave to come and sweep his ass away. I don't know. He just get him. He's just, I hate that man. I don't even like that man. I don't even know that man. I hate that man. Caleb and Jen are nondescript to me because I haven't seen anything yet. And that's about all I've got. Oh,
Okay.
wait, real quick. Thugalicious Kenzie? Why Kenzie trying to be Thugalicious in the back end? Kenzie said, girlfriend, but if that was me and you and I did that to your man, we'd have had a whole different story. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong. But again, I think somebody mentioned earlier that that Melanie is reactionary when she does it. And I think that, yes, while it's reactionary, she was actually still trying to explore this time. I think it's finally sinking in. And not that she like sincerely means like, okay, I don't think that, yes, she's still trying to get back at Sincere, but I think she's becoming more open to the idea of actually exploring. Is it still a tit for tat? Yes. But I think she is, because I don't think she has a choice. Mm-hmm. And that's why she's open to it. She ain't got a choice.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Good night, Mercedes. Okay, I want to respond to two things in the comments. Number one, someone said that, I don't remember who it was. Someone said the girls, it's too early for the girls to like be so emotionally attached and like emotional about the, them exploring. I don't believe that anybody other than med school is emotional about someone exploring. What they are emotional about is the way that you do it. Again, it is a such thing as being able to be respectful, which is what we're supposed to be kind of watching them learn how to do in a part. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Anaya is actually emotional about that man exploring. He has said before out of his own mouth that she don't be tripping, right? She was upset that time because he said something in front of the group that she felt was embarrassing. I'm not going to be mad at that, honestly. Like, don't try to embarrass me in front of these people. Especially, and I know some of y'all feel like Casey just gave her the I love melanin, dark-skinned black girls are the blueprint speech for no reason. But the fact that Anaya, I wouldn't be shocked if it was also the fact that this was a light bright and a white girl. And then to the people saying, y'all said something else in the comments. Oh, Anika brought up a great point, and so did, I think it was Birdie. I can't remember. Bryce has told us that he dated a girl to get to her friend before. And absolutely, med school gave Sincere an ultimatum, which is why I don't think that med school, they had their conversation about, the exploring. I don't think she means it, right? Because saying to someone, well, if you explore them, then we're done. We're done. I'm not coming back. I think that you can have both, and I'm not doing that. But explore if you want to. You're not actually giving that person a choice. Like, you're not actually giving that person a choice, right? So I don't think that I think she's the only one so far that I've seen not actually be okay with her person exploring somebody.
It sounds very contradictory when I was listening to it.
Correct. Y'all, your tap goal is 250K. Is that right, Bad?
Yeah.
And y'all have until the top of the hour, I think.
Yeah. I know you like even numbers.
I do like even numbers. Absolutely, Steel Museum. It is a manipulation tactic, right? Because my verbiage is that it's okay for you to do it, while also saying, but I'm also gonna tap out and be done. You know what I'm saying? And she was trying to get a little hot over there, and I think that was her keeping it together too. So I'm just saying. And to Friday, I don't disagree. I do think that he is worried about her reaction. Absolutely. And I still feel like at some point, Sincere, you're going to have to be honest at least about a part of it. You're at least going to have to say, yes, I want to explore her. Even if you don't say anything the fuck else. You know what I'm saying? But like, don't continue to lie. It's giving he really and truly wants to have his cake and eat it too. He said that himself in his confession.
Ooh, wait, I forgot about Zach. Can I touch on Zach for really quickly?
Yeah.
So Zach, I feel like I have mixed feelings about Zach because when I was watching it the first time around, I was only half listening. So I was at the concert. So I kind of felt like Zach was stirring the pot. And then I was listening to you, and that does make sense that there's probably the beginning of a conversation that's there. Now that I had watched it fully, there's probably a beginning of a conversation that's there that we missed, which prompted his responses. So I get that part. I do feel though, when Zach is talking, that there is and he could feel it rightfully so, that there is a level of arrogance that is there, or sort of like a level of, ha ha ha, y'all are having these doubts and y'all are going through these things and I'm fine. But sir, not 15 seconds ago, that girl was about to give you a run for your money. So calm down. I particularly didn't like when he brought up, and there was something that questioned to me when he brought up the whole dynamic where he was like, oh, she doesn't necessarily get your jokes or your personalities don't match, is what he said. And then he's like, there's a better vibe when it's me, you, and Kayda. And I know I had been joking about the whole throuple thing, right? But it don't seem weird to you that he doesn't see Trinity in that, when just the day before, when the bombshells got there, they were both so complimentary about how welcoming she is and how she's cool to bring people in and how she meshes well. Suddenly she doesn't match the vibe. I feel like that for me felt a little off. Suddenly she's not that vibey, and the dynamic feels a little off for me. I don't know. There's something there.
That's why it doesn't feel off to me, because he says he compliments her. I absolutely just read that as it's a little bit awkward. It doesn't flow as easily when it's the four of us versus the three of us.
But also, how would he know? His nose is firmly planted in the other girl's titties that barely are there. So how would he know? Let's be very for real. When Kayda and Zach are together, don't nobody else exist. So how would he know what the flow is unless he's got his hand out feeling for? Listen, I know I'm going to say this and I'm laughing, but unless he's got his hand out feeling for Bryce's ass, he don't know that Bryce is there or anybody else is there outside of Kayda, because Kayda also doesn't allow it. So
I mean, there is a lot we don't see. There's 24 hours. I think that they are
very true.
I think that they are together a lot. The four of them.
They are.
I feel like Kayda got that man tethered, and when they're all together in a room, when they're all together, I don't see Kayda letting his eyes wander anywhere else. Especially after last.
Kayda literally said to Trinity, "Oh, what do you think?" And both of them were like on the same page, like, "Oh, it's not us. We don't do anything." So there is a kind of friendship there of like, our man's our best friend. We are around each other a lot. Like that was pretty clear when she was like, "You think it's about us?" She was like, "No, we don't do anything. It's not about us."
Right? No. But I don't think Kayda has anything to do with it though. Like I think that I'm talking about like Zach. I think Zach for me is the odd. Like when I'm hearing the conversation, Zach for me is his opinion is the odd man out.
No, what I'm saying, my example was that you can see that it probably is the four of them a lot of the times as well. Like if Bryce and Zach are always together, the girls are bound to be with them at some point. So I do think there is a vibe of all four of them. And now I'm not saying I agree with Zach, but I think they do hang out a lot for Zach to say that.
Can I also
add real quick?
I want to run. Go ahead, Nikki, real quick, and then
Yeah. I just wanted to point out it's it's very interesting that he's at least we have to go with what we see, right? From what I see, they have not shown any curiosity to get Trinity's perspective. He's only going off of what Hare is saying. Bryce, sorry. Is saying. So that's what I'm saying. He's making decisions, it seems like, just based on Bryce's perspective. And that's a problem.
I hear that. Mrs. Raven Girl, I firmly disagree with that, because quite literally, Bryce told us that Zach is not attracted to anyone else in the villa. He told us that flat out tonight.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't think that that's part of it. For me, I'm curious to see because they named it that the girls are super close and that he's super close. So it makes sense that they would be together and hang out, and that of course he would have more information as to what their dynamic is. I just felt like if there was anyone else that felt that dynamic didn't flow, I'm curious as to why no one else in that dynamic named it.
Can I just also, I'm going to name this and y'all can disagree. Trinity was 22 and working at a hardware store and had not been out of the country before. The other three, that is not true for. They are cultured in a way that she is not. I don't think it's that crazy or that wild of an idea to think that they don't get each other in some ways. And that she doesn't relate to them in some ways. And so being around, there are like awkward moments, you know?
That makes sense. That makes sense. I know, and I can agree on that front, you know, but you know, she could be, listen, and all for shits and giggles, she could be a former handy store employee because he was a handyman. They had match made at Home Depot.
But I also wanted to say that maybe that's also what triggered me. I feel like I'm upset because they keep on like making these absolute statements and I feel like nobody's talking to Trinity. Like, I think it's bothering me because it feels like they're just talking behind her back and not even asking how she feels about the situation or what she's thinking and just making decisions like almost like it's for her. And I think I don't like that. I think that's my problem.
To the people in the comments, I'm not trying to be shady. We're not talking about how old the girls are or her job. We're explicitly talking about different lived experiences. No shade, all tea. Same applies for Anaya and KC. He's a CNA from a small town. Fresno is not so big in California. Anaya fucking grew up in a different tax bracket and a different, like, it's just different, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not negative. It's not even necessarily elitist, to be perfectly honest. It's just you may not have the range for certain conversations that they do. It doesn't mean they're shitting on you, but there are moments where it's just a disconnect. That's not
facts. It's just
it's and maybe I feel like and maybe that's just me, and I feel like had the conversation been framed that way, I would have gotten it. I just was seeing it different. So I'm glad that you said it that way, because that, from that perspective, it does make sense.
Dark skin, be quiet, girl. You so messy. Shayla, please give me your thoughts, my love.
Okay, so I actually have thoughts on this as well, but kind of in a different perspective, okay? Because for me, I'm also looking at it as from a stance like, these are two white boys. We also have Kayda, who is a white mom biracial from New Hampshire, okay? Trinity is a black girl from the hood. I'm in the 757, just like Trinity from the 757. Her not understanding their jokes could also be part of that. Like, it's not lost upon me that black people, our humor is very different than white people humor. And so, I don't know, like, we're just natural comedians. I mean, shoot me, we are. But it's just very different. So what might make them laugh might not even get a chuckle out of me. So that's just my perspective on that. What else did I want to say? I'm drawing a blank now. Oh, Kenzie. Something that stood out to me about Kenzie is first when Jen got there, it was we're the only two blondes in here. And I'm like, what was that about? But then I noticed this episode specifically that she sought conversation from Jen multiple times. And it just stood out to me because it was a little different from how she was when she came in with Anaya and, you know, Trinity and all of those. So it was just a little, raise the eyebrow. But what else was I gonna say? Sincere, I think he actually does like Melanie. I just don't think that he is being honest about wanting to explore with Soul because Melanie has the reactions that she has. And it even stood out to me today when KC was like, what did he say? He said, she always does something along the lines of she be doing the most, basically.
He said, "Why?"
So now we've had multiple castmates at this point insinuate that she is doing a lot behind the scenes. So I think even though a lot of us have enough common sense to read into the fact that she likely is, I think it's like, let's use our context clues, people. So there was that, and there was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I'm like having a brain fart.
It's okay. I can come back.
Yeah, come back to me. But I think that was the main things. But I don't think that, when Zach is saying, oh, like, she doesn't really get y'all humor and stuff, like, I think people are dragging it. I don't think it's as deep as as y'all are making it seem.
I don't disagree, Shayla. I mean, I understand the reaction to it. I just feel like it didn't feel microaggressive. It felt like there's just a disconnect. And I don't think that he said it like that means there's something wrong with her. He was just saying, yeah, maybe y'all are not a match. Like it just seems like there.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Casey and Anaya. I think the reason why he keeps doing all these check-ins is because if you watch the previous episodes back, you will see that a lot of times he does swoon over her. And I think she's taking it in, but she's like so giddy and like smiling and stuff. She never really pours back into him. So I think that the reason why he keeps doing all these check-ins is because she kind of, at least from what we see, up until the last episode where, she was feeling embarrassed and stuff, where she started saying a lot about how she felt. She kind of wasn't saying much. She was kind of playing her cards close to the vest. So I think that's part of what that is as well.
I can totally see that. I noticed her body language around him. I probably won't say too much publicly, but I can understand why maybe he might keep checking in. I hear that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Bye. Hello, my love. Please give me.
I'm gonna drop real quick so you can bring someone else up.
Okay, bad.
All right. Oh, it's me. Okay, great. Y'all said everything that needed to be said when it comes down to Bryce-icle, B-Rice. That's what I'm gonna name him from now on, B-Rice, because let me tell you something. You know how easy it is to mess up Bryce? That's how easy I'm going. And me and Gigi out. Like, don't do it to yourself, bro. Don't do it to yourself. Because here's my thing, though. So Bryce decided to backdoor his friend, and Mel decided to backdoor her friend. So how come they just can't backdoor with each other? Because it's giving like y'all swimming backwards on your stomach. Like, how you do that? Again, it's just I want my cake and eat it too. And Sincere, I'm on my way, bro. You better answer the phone. I fought for you. And you embarrassing me in these streets in front of these folks. Like, what are we doing? Why do you feel like it's necessary to keep lying that you like so? And now I'm feeling bad for voting So insincere to couple up, because if you try to play so like that too, honey, I multitask around here. You know what I mean? Like, why do we have to play this game? I feel like y'all is too scared. And if y'all want to be scary and married, then go find something else to do. Just go find something else to do, because now this stuff is about to be a toxic situation. You know what happens with reality TV stars? They start telling like, okay, so what really happened and my mental health and, you know, pounds lost and gained. And I do not care if Mel was thicker than a sticker. Just because you was big don't mean that you still not a liar. Just because you big and went small does not mean that you can't be mean. You know what I mean? Like, it's neither here nor there. She has very much insecurities, and she keeps putting herself in the position to like get herself hurt. Because if you know this man is lying, then don't come crying to me talking about like I'm supposed to make I'm about to be a genie in a bottle and be like, okay, Sincere, don't lie no more. No, now it's your turn to be like, you know what? Since you want to play that game, like she said earlier, I'm going to show you how to really play and stand on it though. But don't be going and torturing yourself trying to watch them and be all up in their conversation when you already know in the bed you about to ask him 21 questions and put on a 50 Cent song. Y'all are annoying. Like, they are getting annoying, Tina. Like, so freaking annoying. And if Bia end up going home, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm about to be tight. Because good niece, knock knee, Kennesaw, Kenzie
over there. And who owe me money? One of y'all in here owe me money because I said
I fucking love you.
that fake blonde was gonna do her little thing. She with Madonna like a virgin, and it ain't even been the official 7 days. I said it. So whoever owe me money, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna DM you. Do not block me because I have multiple pages, but I will get paid. I told you that heifer was gonna be the first one to knock boots. I said, what is she biting? What is she doing with her teeth? I'm like, wait, hold on. What is going on? I said, I know you lying. I said, oh, and now Mel over there trying to talk to him. You know what I mean? Like, okay. And again, why does Mel have to talk to cornbread? He don't like greens with his cornbread, girl. What are we doing with that? And y'all voting and stuff. I need somebody to really explain to me how y'all are protecting Mel when y'all want to fight for her so bad, but y'all want her to be with the person that's hurting her the most and she's not gonna grow with. If y'all gonna be on that type of stuff, don't never come over here by me. I don't need you as a friend. That's not how you protect your people. And don't get mad at us because we standing 10 toes down. Mel could have been with the program, but she went against the grain. Now she's suffering for it. Oh well. You want me to give you the Justin Timberlake lyrics, girl? You know what I'm saying? You probably like Pretty Ricky. You know what? We're gonna play her some Pretty Ricky. We can, let Sincere make what's her face? So his little mixtape song, because I feel like that's how he feel about her. Like he want to sing to her so bad. Oh, he want to. I'm telling you, he about to turn into Boys to Men. All of them, the whole group too. And then Mel gonna be. Oh yeah, and Mel is definitely sleeping in the hallway tomorrow, y'all. I'm sorry. She not gonna be able to do it. If you can't handle him having a conversation and you keep peeping and walking around, and KC, we already fired Anaya from that therapist job. Don't you start that shit. I'm gonna send a note to you too. Like, stop chasing these heifers and let them learn the hard way, or they're never going to learn. That's none of your business. Because when it comes down to it, guess what? Does Casey know that Mel wanted to pull him?
Yeah, she pulled him.
She did?
Yeah.
And what did he do? Oh, yeah, he friend zoned her or whatever. He's like, girl,
He's
yeah,
top
so
flight security
you're
of the
not
world,
using me as
Bookie
a
Butt.
scapegoat. Huh?
I'm sorry.
He's top flight security of the world, Bookie Butt.
After her behavior, I would stand clear, and I think
That's all I'm saying. I'm like, just make her little pallet, give her one of y'all pillows so she, because the floor is hard and stuff and it be cold. But I hope she's smart enough to do like a pallet, or she can just go sleep in Soul's house like Ace did. You know what I mean? Like, you got other options, but I just don't see her taking tomorrow very well, and that's going to make me very sad for her. And then I'm going to give it over 3 minutes later because I'm a Leo and I don't care. Told you, bitch. Next time, listen. And that's all I got. Bryce, I'm coming for you, homeboy. Don't play with me.
Listen, y'all. I don't want Anaya in the therapist role either. I want her to have a fun vacation, for sure. And like, I think it was Danny that just said it in my comments. I'm not sure, but like, that is evidence of, again, like, there is something going on that we're not seeing behind the scenes. And so I want us to like do a both and, right? Like, yes, I want Anaya to have the best vacation. Yes, I do think that Melanie needs to like experience what happens. There are natural consequences to our behaviors. And if those natural consequences then feel like the rest of them are on edge or they're not having a great time, it makes more sense almost for them to like cut it off at the head, right? Like, no, you're not about to fuck up our week because you tripping, And so I honestly can understand them also being like, no, don't do that, because it's also impacting their experience when she gets triggered or has those big reactions. So I get it.
Can I ask a question? And this is for the entire panel and for the people who are going next. I'm curious as to what people are going to say who was giving my dog Big Bail from the Himalayas grief around her trying to get Kenzie away from her man Gabe. And Kenzie out here feeding delusions, talking about, well, girl, you got to try harder to go get your man to stay away from cornbread. Cause I haven't heard any twitterings about people being mad at her about that, but they was mad about Big Bad player from the Himalaya trying to push her onto a free man.
Listen, I just want to hear. No, I don't. I actually don't want to fucking hear them because they're not smart. But I do look forward to the conversation that is. Oh my God, sorry y'all. That is going to happen with them. That is going to happen with them saying like, oh, Bea was doing too much. Why does she need to correct her behavior? Blah 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 blah. When we told y'all, it's probably stuff happening that we are not seeing. We are now on this was what, episode 8? So we're on day 12 at this point, 12-ish of them being there. Yeah. Stuff is happening that we are not seeing. There was a reason why those girls said what they said. And I just felt like Bea shouldn't have got as much smoke as she did. I understand people not liking that Bea said it and feeling like, oh, she's policing her. I actually just watched a video from a creator that I really respect talking about that, like talking about the way that we police each other in general. But it's like Bea's policing her because she's having to deal with the impact of her fallouts. That's what y'all are not understanding. You know what I mean? Like, that's what y'all are not clocking, is that they're saying like, babe, we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to deal with it. Please change the behavior, you know? I think Bea is definitely annoyed with her. I also, though, really did appreciate Bea coming and like trying to offer her support and like trying to like see about her and like, you know what I mean? Like console her. Like I honestly, you know, Bea saying that she doesn't do a good job, I disagree. I think Bea actually did a really good job. I think that med school was just overwhelmed. Okay. I know, dark skin. I need to edit them tomorrow. Okay, Majestic Babe. Actually, I'm going to do the rest of the panel that was already up here. Then I'll go to the people that just came. So 7th letter, please give me your thoughts, my love.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Too many people pissed me off this episode. And I feel like the theme of this season is anxious attachment. Because everybody is doing too much too soon. They're getting mad with what the whole point of being there is. It is to get to know all of the people, maybe not all, but more than one person, and explore. Whether people come up to you and do it respectfully or not. Like, that is the point. I want to talk about my boy Sincere and his connection with Melanie versus Soul. It feels like when him and Melanie talk, it's about fixing problems and making sure that they're good. But when him and Soul talk, it's very relaxed. He's more comfortable and more intimate in ways that go beyond just kissing with their conversation. But he got to stop lying. He's still doing the thing that you brought up a few days ago, where he's acting like he's in the outside world, where if I'm talking to two chicks, they ain't supposed to know about each other. They ain't supposed to cross paths. But it's like, this is the place, if any, that it's okay to be truthful and tell her to her face, look, I'm trying to mess with both of y'all. But I kind of feel like the way that Melanie was acting today, she should have been a bombshell and Soul should have been an OG, because she don't care about breaking up conversation. You see how many times and how many people had to pull her back. And these bombshells, they're not forward enough. They're like, oh, well, maybe we should just stay out the way because everybody seems kind of paired off already. What I'm mad about is what Sincere is getting in terms of options that he really, really likes, that are two totally different vibes. I want that for all the black women on the damn show. Like, send them 2 dudes that they have to choose between. Like, so they can really be caught up in a decision to actually make. That's what I want for the girls. I absolutely feel like Zach was being a little snooty booty towards Trinity with the little shit he was saying. I don't feel like shit Bryce, boring ass, says, jokingly or not, is going over Trinity's fucking head. They probably white people jokes that just ain't funny, and she not gonna fake it. Just because somebody don't laugh don't mean they don't get the fucking joke. We didn't see it, so I don't know. When him trying to think that he's gonna holler at Kayda, I feel like Kayda's gonna lightweight be offended, because she looks at Zach like that's her man and they are friends. And it's like, how dare you try to holler at me and I'm talking to your boy? if she does laugh, I think it'll be nervous laughter. You know how that goes. I think Bryce is going to play himself right up off the island, and that's going to be on him. Back to, I forgot this point about Melanie and the conversation that when she was kind of watching the conversation that Sincere was having with Soul, and when she was talking to Anaya was like, damn, they've been talking for, they were commenting back and forth. What the hell are they talking about? Anaya, probably what you and KC should be talking about. You need to go tend to your connection instead of being everybody's therapist. I want you to stop. But he also has that in him. They're both in she's in the nonprofit field. He's in the healthcare field, so they have a nurturing spirit, but it's gotta come to a point. It gets to a point. And also what I do think that, Casey, why he checks in so much with her, he wants a little bit more reciprocity. Like, Anaya, make eye contact with him when y'all are having conversations. Be engaged in the conversations when y'all have them, because I see you giving Melanie crybaby ass a little too much attention. You comfort her, you console her, you make eye contact with her, and you respond back with a flowing conversation. I think that's what Casey is trying. It's like, when he tries to do affectionate things with her too, I think he's trying to be respectful because he doesn't know how much affection that he can give her. Like, even if it's just a hug. It was a little awkward moment when they were talking and he tried to hug her on the couch, and they were kind of sitting far apart, but he went in for a hug and she didn't kind of lean into him. And she has the right not to want to hug him if she doesn't want to, but it's just like, I noticed those little things. Trinity is reading from the book of Olandria, girl. It's some every fucking episode. I just, that's irking me. I have a question for you, Tina, with Sincere. So remember when he was sitting with Melanie and she was asking him, do you want to pursue her or do you want to be with me? And he kind of said, yeah, basically saying you firmly asking me, kind of putting pressure on me right now. So I'm going to say yes, even though I don't really mean yes, but you cornering me. And I feel that's what he did. And that he got to put his big boy pants on. That's some bullshit. But how do you feel about him basically saying I'm only saying yes because you're cornering me, but I'm going to go do what the fuck I want to do?
I think I took it as she asked for a yes/no question. He said, off the top of my head, it's a no. And then she was like, why? And then he did a lot of avoidance around it before he finally gave her an answer. I just ultimately feel her question was not inappropriate. The context of the question, I do think was, right? And not inappropriate as in something I wouldn't expect from a young 20-something, but also just it's not healthy, I guess is what I'm getting at, right? Her saying, oh yeah, the goal that y'all have is, I think, 300K. I think. But yeah, I think that the fact that she paired it with, right? If you, then I'm not going to, and you think, and she was kind of getting a little froggy, you know what I'm saying? She was jumping.
Yeah, she was getting a little rowdy, bowdy. I'm gonna fuck you out. I ain't playing with you, all of that little. And so he kind of was
yeah, she was jumping a little bit. Yeah, Gigi gave y'all 6 minutes, so 25 after the hour. She was jumping a little bit. And here's my thing. I don't want to say he's dissociating, but he's working really hard to stay regulated. You can, like I said before, when they hugged, the way his eyes were glazed over, he's tapped out. And I think that there's part of him that one doesn't want to make her feel bad, but there is part of him that does actually still like her. And so it is very confusing for him. And I think he can't really recognize the dynamic he's in right now. It absolutely was an ultimatum. And ultimatums, I know there's a whole show about the shit, but it's not necessarily healthy. And so, yeah, I think we're seeing something very different. Like people have said, right? We've learned more about Sincere in the 20, the 2 episodes we've had Soul than we did the whole time with Melanie,
Yeah. Cause it's Melanie would do little stuff, nothing would happen, but I'm gonna tell y'all, fucking with Scorpios, they test too much and they like to play games in relationships almost to a point where it's fucking childish, because that's their way of guarding themselves and wanting to be protected. Well, I'm gonna do you before you do me, and that's just always how they move, no matter how much they like a person or not. But that shit is exhausting. It gets tiresome and boring, and it is too much work. Like you said, they do push pull, and who wants to keep doing that when I got somebody I really vibe with, who's chill, and we connect and we talk. Like, he was so like they were talking like they were very familiar, very comfortable, and like they'd known each other for a while. And it was just, I mean, and talking about good stuff. Like, he's talking to her about his little brother and things like that. So it's just like, and him and Melanie is like, well, we got to fix this. That's all they talk about.
Yeah. I mean, and to be fair, like, I know that we're not seeing everything, but he just doesn't seem happy. And I said to y'all what on day 2, when he said to her, I keep telling you, you don't have to worry about me, that she was fishing too many times within 48 hours, where the comment was, I keep telling you, you don't have to worry about me. You're asking that man too much already. And, you know, this is not shade. People are not insecure just because they're bad people. Like, people are insecure because shit happens to make you feel insecure. But she is definitely leading with that in her dynamic. And honestly, what's happening with her and Sincere right now is quite literally her worst nightmare. It is exactly what she did not want to happen. But because she had a reactionary response to begin with him talking to Kayda, and what she did with Corbin, it now has been like a chain of events, right? And I'm not absolving him of responsibility, because he did not tell the truth to her about that Kayda conversation. He was not fully honest about the intention, right? So that already planted the seed of, you be lying to me, right?
Yeah.
So now they're just on this course that I don't think they can get off of, you know? And
Kay Boogie was in the comments. She asked why she got dropped from the panel.
I don't know why you got
ago.
dropped from the panel. People just ended up.
I'll drop to make rooms for K Boogie.
Okay.
Congratulations on 300K. You have until 35 after the hour, guys, for top break.
Take a break. I want to ask you a question. You're saying no, the dynamic is very familiar to him. He does it outside in real life. What are you talking about? What dynamic are you talking about? Okay. Hold on. Danny, go ahead and go next for me, my love.
Okay, where do I start? I'm gonna start with Kenzie. She was doing too much. I got it that, yes, if it was the other way around, Melanie wouldn't have liked it, but that whole, well, you need to try harder. Girl, you've been trying hard since the beginning. Every man that's been walking up in here has been for you, and you still can't figure it out. Girl, please. Like, please. It was Gabe, it was Zach, it was Corbin. They gave you the Caleb on a silver platter. You still can't choose between him and Corbin. Girl, hush. I've said this before. It feels like the Kenzie Villa, and girl, no. Sit down. Zach, what I don't like that people are doing with Zach is basically, I've seen this a lot on social media, is basically saying he planted the seed in Bryce's head. No, he didn't. Bryce came to him with the issue, and he just told him his feelings. I also do not agree with that. Zach is not getting Trinity's perspective. She's not his friend. Like, his friend came to, like, if my friend is coming to me event, I'm not caring what your man's got to say. What are you telling me? Okay, here's my advice, and we're keeping it pushing. That's for Bryce to go get Trinity's perspective, not for Zach. Zach just has to tell his friend what his opinion is. So I was side-eyeing Zach, I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, Zach, what's all these comments? But again, like you said, that's his friend. He's just gonna tell him, I don't think you're compatible. I did like that Zach laughed in his face. He laughed in his face because he was like, are you dead ass right now? And then he was like, instead of being jealous, he was like, nah, go ahead, do it. Go ahead and do it. And Bryce was like, oh, well, you just laughed. He was like, she don't want you. So, I mean, have fun. But yeah, that's my thing on Zach. Casey and Nia, they were fine. I did spot that thing that you said where Bryce and him were talking, but I actually didn't take it that way until you said it. What I took it was, Bryce, why are you asking Bryce, why are you asking KC about his feelings? Like, are you not sure he has attraction to him? I got more weirded out by Bryce in that, but looking back, I could see it both ways, because I think the boys and girls have separate downtimes at time, and that's why even last time you heard Nick say, I told Taylor every day that I wanted Elandria. You just didn't see that because it was when the boys had their downtime. So I don't know what's going on. Either way, Casey and Naya, I don't have any opinions on them, really. I don't think I will have opinions on their relationship until a bombshell comes in. Sincere and Soul and Melanie. Sincere and Soul reminded me of Nick Sierra for that whole scenario. That someone put it on Twitter. That look on his face where it glazed over was the same look Nick had on his face after Casa, and he had to tell 404 that he was like that glaze over of misery. If you like Soul, they did seem happier together. They did seem like they had a little better of a connection. Then tell her that. I'm not really vibing with the whole he's scared of her reaction, only because I know how you move outside the villa with the whole cheating. You just don't want to get caught. Like, I'm not saying that Melanie doesn't have a crash out spirit, but like we've seen Melanie crash out when it's mostly towards the girls and not towards you. When you say something she doesn't like, majority of the time she walks away from you. So I'm not really buying that he's so scared. I just think he wants his cake and eat it too. And this episode was kind of trifling. Melanie actually did not bother me this episode. I thought she was doing a lot when she was trying to go talk to them and Casey had to go run after her. But like, she's what, 23, 24? Like, that doesn't really surprise me. She didn't really bother me this episode. I think for the most part, she handled herself okay. I've seen her handle herself worse. Who else in there? Gabe and Beatrice. Find her somebody. Because I don't know what he wanted from her. I think maybe he wanted to see her a little bit vulnerable. She wasn't going to give that. I'm bored with them. Give him some Listerine strips and tell him to sit down. Bryce and Trinity. That man heard, I want you to be more affectionate, and ran for his life. He was looking for a way out. Nobody planted that seed in his head. He heard, be more affectionate, and said, I don't want to fake it no more. I gotta go. I do think that she's spending majority of her time in that villa with him, so she probably thinks she's developing feeling, or maybe she is. I don't know where her head's at. But I just didn't like Bryce I never really was vibing with him that much, but he turned me off this entire episode. From the beginning, she had the conversation, and you can say, okay, maybe she shouldn't have brought comparisons of other couples, but you walked away saying that was an argument. Nobody raised their voice. Nobody said, no, y'all had a discussion. I don't even know if it was a disagreement. Y'all had a discussion. So for you to walk away and be like, yeah, I left that conversation. I don't even know if she likes me. She said it. She said, I really like you and I want you to be more affectionate. No, you basically said, I don't want to be more affectionate with you. I got to run. And you used every excuse, and you went to the person that you probably were having conversations during your downtime with him that we're not seeing, saying, because Zach didn't look surprised about the conversation. He was just like, yeah, I've been telling you, like, I don't really see it for y'all. I just didn't like Bryce. I've been peeping. He don't help her down no steps. He was watching that girl struggle through grass and was like, oh, I guess I should help you. Even the conversation he was having with Zach, the conversation he was having with KC, like someone else said, I think it was Gigi, that he keeps roping people in to kind of be like, he did it with Sincere too. Like, oh, yeah, me and you are in the same boat. And Sincere was like, actually, we're not. Your stuff is kind of stable. We're not in the same boat. And he was like, oh, well, no, I think I'm going to pull Kayda. Did Kayda tell you this? I mean, at this point with Kayda, it's becoming harassment. Because I don't know how many times she says, I can explicitly tell you she does not want you before you get the hint. She does not want you. And then you come to Trinity with the same thing of like, oh, I feel, I really like you, but I just feel like he does this thing where because he's older than her, he does performative communication, where he acts like he's very good at communication, but you're really not saying a lot. And get him out. Get him and his ball patch out. I just felt like he was looking for an out, and we gonna give it to you. Let the next voting come in. I'm gonna give it to you.
I got strict orders. You guys need to tap to 375K. And y'all got about 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
That's what Gigi said. Y'all know she's strict.
Sheesh. Listen, I feel like, especially after tonight's episode, you know, there was a reason why, no shade out to you, there was a reason why Sincere wasn't pulling 29-year-old Bryce for a lot of, advice. And I do fear, that people are reading Bryce as like a great communicator, when really he just communicates better than a 22-year-old.
Yeah. Like I don't think he says anything that profound. Like you read that whole conversation. I didn't even like the conversation when he was having it with Trinity. Like I didn't like where he was like, she kind of told him how he felt and he was like, well, I don't like how you made me feel. Like I feel like you just kind of like told, I was like, what are you talking about? Like you didn't hear a word that she just said. I can understand you saying like, I didn't like that you compared us to others. Sure, I'll give you that. But I think she was just using it as an example of like 24 hours a day, everyone's cuddled up kissing each other. I don't see that for us.
Well, and explicitly, they spend a lot of time with Kayda and Zach, who definitely are extremely physically affectionate.
Mind you, that is her second time telling him this. So it's like, he's like, well, I understand that. Well, clearly you don't if she's telling you this again. Like, don't say that you, I don't think no, you were looking for a way out. Just say that.
Active listening is a skill, people.
No, I think he heard her just fine. I just think he was like, no, I gotta go. I think somebody, I don't know if it was, Zach said it. He was like, I feel like Trinity is just coasting. And I was like, actually, that's your friend. And that's been my whole thing with Bryce this entire time, that I've actually felt like he hasn't been doing anything. Like, I will say this year's crop of boys do the bare minimum. All they do is make breakfast and that is it. I haven't seen somebody plan a date. I haven't seen anybody helps. All the guys stand there and clap when the girls are walking down the stairs. Nobody's trying to hold nobody's hand walking down the stairs. Like, it is the laziest crop of dudes I've ever seen. Like, where is somebody planning a play date? Like, where is somebody doing something?
It's just because they don't like each other.
None of them kind of do. And I kind of need
most of these people are just like together because they're all there.
They're a good ensemble cast to watch as far as mess, but I just don't feel. I think we need a scramble or something because I'm not seeing it.
They pissed me off when they did that fucking tunnel shit.
It's just so like even Bryce today, you're seeing her struggle to walk, and you're just like, oh, I'll help you. What?
It's like
it's just her. Just anyway, like
it just seems like a platonic friend group versus a group of people that are dating each other.
But even in other seasons when they were platonic, like I've seen guys do more, and I've watched Love Island for years. I've seen people do more, and it's just like these crop of boys are. I need a scramble. Like the only one I'm willing to keep at this point is KC. The rest of y'all can go.
Yeah, and I will say this too. I meant to say it earlier. Somebody said, why was Bea talking to Corbin? The only people that have come in that villa are Corbin and Caleb. Who else was she going to talk to, guys?
She don't even seem like she really liked that conversation like that. I think she's just trying. Like, all of them are just trying with what they have because there literally is nobody. Like, Caleb is not pulling anyone because he probably likes Jen. And then also, I think also he was low-key kind of turned. I've said it the other night. All the girls shoved him as Kenzie. Did he say he wanted Kenzie? Everyone's made this opinion about who his type is. No one knows what the man's type is.
Yeah, I saw how awkward him and Kenzie conversation was by the pool.
He don't like her. He didn't.
But they don't like him. Day. I think that's the only reason they did that because they don't really like him. If they liked him, they wouldn't give a damn about Kenzie.
Tina, can I ask a question about the walk, the hand holding? Yes, these men, it's weird. It's so weird, especially juxtaposed to what we've seen in the past. My question is, I wish Ilya, if she's here, I don't know if she's here. Ilya, I'm sorry, Ilya. After that conversation, did it feel staged to you? because
The way they walk
the
separately.
way that, yes, because he helped her through the sand initially, and then we saw her struggling out of the sand. It felt
No.
very
Remember, Nikki, he didn't help
produced.
her through the sand initially at first. Miss Man was struggling before he was like,
Yeah,
oh,
When
I
he
could
turned
help.
around.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, but he eventually got there. Is what I'm saying. But this, after the conversation, it felt really like they were going separate ways, and it just felt really staged to me. I didn't know if you were seeing it that way too.
No, I definitely noticed like that it felt like a and scene, like that's what it felt like in that moment for sure. But also like I have no idea where the people freaking were. So maybe she was walking toward the girls, maybe he was walking toward the boys. I want to go back to one thing, and then Nikki, it's going to be you, and then I'm going to go K Boogie, and then it will be Ginger, Auntie Nene, and Majestic.
Get the comments up, y'all. Let's get to let's do 360K.
360, y'all. And then comments will come back on. I want to go back to something someone said. Oh, it was Gigi. How she really liked sort of like the girl moment with Mel and the girls when she came over with the chisme and they were having that moment. I actually didn't like that moment, guys. I didn't like that moment.
Wait, which moment? When she was telling them that she kissed or that they kissed, that Sincere kissed Soul. Yeah, I didn't either. And when they was all loud and shit, that pissed me off. That gave
I'm
real
gonna tell you why I
childish.
didn't like it.
That
I
was
didn't
real
like it.
childish.
I didn't like it because Beatrice, Kayda, and Trinity were over there, and Bea was clearly having an emotional experience about what had happened. And Bea is someone that we all have heard from her struggles to be soft and be vulnerable and like be in her feels. And so when Mel came over and tried to take the cool girl approach, which we know that's not how she actually feels about it, and tried to like sort of make it like, oh, ha ha ha, I can't believe this. Like, oh my gosh, like what? Like it was just tea rather than like sitting in the actual feels of it. It felt like another moment, no shade, all tea, where Melanie's experience became everybody's experience rather than making space for what Bea was having happen for her.
And it would have been more relatable because they both would have been vulnerable in that moment, having an emotional, conversation about how they were feeling. And she came and, like you said, tried to play cool. But then 5 minutes later, you watching them like a hawk and about to break down in tears.
Well, and 10 minutes after that, you're laying on the lounger sobbing, and who's comforting you except for Bea? When you did not make space for how she was feeling. You came over and made that moment about you. And I know that she didn't know initially coming over, but once they said, tell her, and Bea did, like, I feel like you could have been like, oh my God, like Sincere did it too. Like you could have just made a little bit more space for her. I didn't love it. Nikki, please give me your thoughts, my love.
Hey, girl. Hey, everyone. I just want to put a disclaimer. I am watching this episode by episode. That is how I'm going to comment. I have purposely not been on social media to participate in any discourse. So know that. No, I don't see everything that's happening online. With that said, I'm going to have to go back and watch the Casey and Anaya situation a little more closely because a lot of my time was spent on Bryce, Trinity, Melanie, and the throuple, whatever. So I just want to start with the throuple. I think everything has been said, and one thing that I have to always remind myself is that I do a disservice when I don't see these people as full human beings. It's how I live my life. It's how I operate. And, it's not black and white. There's a lot of gray. There's a lot of complicated feelings. And I find that there's a lack of comfortability in the gray. That's a lot of that steers people towards one way or the other. I do agree that it's attachment, anxiety attachment. The lack of communication is really off in this villa. Like, I feel like I am in the Twilight Zone sometimes, because all of them have said that they are open and they would be okay. And when it happens to them, boys and girls, they get mad. They get mad. And I have to remind myself, a lot of people don't lie to me, they lie to themselves. And I just find that I just don't care for people that don't seek fair assessments, if you will. And I want, and I, definitely I am older. I am, fully grown and auntie. And I see myself at that age. I was not operating at that age like that. I by that time I knew how to communicate well. And the fact that we're seeing so many confessionals that tell the truth versus them telling each other the truth. So that's why I am, I did get bothered with Zach for that. I did. Because that is just, that alone is just not, having a good, full rounded friendship. And also I do think Zach was bothered. I do think he was bothered when Bryce brought it up to him, even though, yeah, he found it amusing, but you could tell he was irritated. You can tell, because even in his confessional, which he didn't say to Bryce, was, I can't believe my best mate wants to talk to my girl. You were bothered. Just say it. Everybody's lying to themselves in a lot of ways, and it's so frustrating. And the only one I feel that is a really fucking, confident and stern is Beatrice. I think she is just the one that is the most comfortable. And it really did bother me how, Melanie and then the girls all got in on it, and like Melanie's rolling on the floor. Like, that was just ridiculous. I'm just like, are you so desperate for attention all the time? Who does that sound like? Anyway, and then I know my time is up, and I'll drop and make room. And then let's just, Sincere Soul. I really don't have much to say other than if I know men like Sincere, I have them in my family. And one thing I notice, especially when men that grow up around a lot of women, unless they are teaching you this, their natural default is not to cause drama. It's not to cause drama. So I'm going to say whatever I need to say, because I don't know what reaction you will get. I don't know if you're going to crash out, throw a chair. Like, I don't know. Cuss me out. Like, I understand. I disagree with it, and I understand it. I disagree with it wholeheartedly, and I understand it. So, I'm sorry. I'm a romance girly. I'm a romantic girly. The way Sincere and Soul were, it was given, he needs somebody that can really pull it out. I have never seen a conversation with such depth out of Sincere and Melody. I have not. And that's sad, that the fact that she is so into him, that I think, like, and honestly, there was one moment that I was just like, I think she has to go home, or we're going to repeat something, because the look on her face, when, like, it was the most honest thing I saw from her this entire time, when she looked at those girls and said, I don't think I can take it. I don't think I can take it. I really believed her. That was honest. So yeah, I think she has to go. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, because I just think she needs to go see the lady, and really work out some trauma. I don't know her background. I don't know what, has caused her. I know she said she had trust issues, but babe, you like, you got to do what's best for you. So I think that's all I really wanted to say. Did I miss anybody?
If we did, that means they weren't somebody to like.
Exactly. Oh, and the last thing about it's the same thing I was saying. Like, y'all are all like saying, "Hey, here, I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull this one. I'm gonna pull this one," and the reaction on the other end is, and I agree with everybody else. Like, Kenzie had a great point. And also, why are you mad? You have two men fighting after you, girl. Calm the fuck down. Sit down somewhere. And the two men that like really are after you, really only one of them wants you. Like, only one. And I think she realizes that. I think that's a part of why she got mad. I could be wrong, but we'll see. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Nikki. I don't know if I think that Caleb is really into her. I think that Caleb is reading the room and he sees that they pushed that girl onto him.
Oh,
And
I'm not talking about Caleb. I'm talking about Corbin.
But I don't think Corbin's into her either.
Oh, really?
I think that Corbin is asking. I think Corbin is a "can I get a hug" ass nigga, and he's looking for the girl that's doing it, and she's the one that's.
That's fair. That's very fair. That's very fair. I can definitely see it. I just think like she has a better shot at with Corbin than she does Caleb. Honestly, that's our man.
Can I go next?
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ginger.
Okay, all my takes are hot. Please jump me after. Zach, you're trifling. You can tell him that Trinity don't like him, but you can't tell Kayda. You can't tell him Kayda don't. You're trying to humiliate him because you feel some type of way. I peep you. Let's move on. Trinity girl, send a dark-skinned lover boy for my girl, please, and let's just move on. Melanie, I'm gonna let them give you your 10s, but you still acted an ass, so I'm gonna give you maybe a 2. The jumping up and down on the couch, you stole her moment, and she already talked to you about how she can't be feminine and vulnerable. Like, you just can't help yourself. Also, you basically having that little fight back and forth with that man, and then you realized it was out loud and that girl could see you, so you doing all the jumping up and down on him, trying to corner him, trying to kiss him, trying to mark your territory in front of the girl. I don't think it worked. Also, I don't like the fact that everyone has to police you. Girl, you're on Love Island, not Psych Patient Island. There should not be 20 medics chasing you down. It doesn't make any sense. Sincere, you are a D1 cheater. Grade A, like I've never seen before. You're damn near a Haitian man. It makes me sick. Please get some help. You can date non-monogamously. However, like Gigi and everyone says, I don't even think you know how. Kayda, were you here today? No, you weren't. Let's move on. Bryce, were you here today? Unfortunately, yes, but let's cut that short. Who am I missing? Oh, the bombshells, Bland 1 and Bland 2. Y'all want to be together, and I just don't want you to pretend like it's something else. Corbin doesn't like that girl, now that we're on the topic of people not liking that girl, but he is trying to cloud her judgment, like you said. That's why he slammed her clam, right? Because he understands that she's going wherever the wind blows. He got to get her in good. You feel me? That's why he fucking up that mental. Also, speaking of you, girl, I don't like the fact that whenever you talk about them black men, it's always animalistic and you're talking about their hands. But when you talk to that white man, you talk about building a family and you want a ranch and you're a sick bitch. You're a sick bitch. All right, let's move on. No, come on. I got to get my time in. Who am I missing? Okay, here's the hottest take, y'all. This is when y'all are going to jump me. The same way I feel about Trinity and Bryce, I kind of feel about Anaya and Casey. Oh my God, don't jump me. But for now, I'm okay with it. The same way I'm okay with Trinity and Bryce because, send Corbin Blue for my girl. But, I mean, it is what it is. Also, Casey, I think you're also being a little dishonest with that girl. You're interested in Soul, and that's okay. And I know that they've spun this narrative about you so you feel like you can't, but do, because I don't want to watch this either. No shade. Am I missing anybody? Soul. Sincere Soul, girl. I like you. I don't know why they calling you a side. Nothing. It's giving main every time. Full course, meat and potatoes, and everything. I don't know why they keep calling you a side. It never gave side. Actually, you turned the main into the side. Like, gag, tens on the board. Like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Also, this is what we're here to see, no? Sincere in soul. That kind of love, that kind of chemistry, that kind of ebb and flow. Is that not what we're here to watch? Because it's what I'm here to watch. That's why you could definitely send the lunatic home. Also, horny ass Gabe, you a trifling ass motherfucker, and I always knew you were, right? And I always knew you were a horny demon, and you need to get off that island. Bea from the Himalaya, girl, I'm so sorry. I am so unbelievably sorry that this is the collection of men they have given you. Corbin, you're a colorist. Also, your eyes didn't have to glaze like that when that girl was talking to you. You could have pretended to engage. You're just an insensitive ass. Yeah? Yuck. Also, I don't like that the women are doing majority of the hunting. Yuck. That's my take, y'all.
You ate that.
Thank you, Ginger. I know that a couple more of you requested to come up. I'm going to wrap this live very shortly. We've been on for 3 hours now, y'all. Okay. K-Boogie, give me your thoughts, and then we're going to do Auntie Nene and Majestic.
Keep tapping. Let's try to get to 400K before we out.
Yay, it's my turn. Can you hear my fan, yes or no?
Barely.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna take that as a no. Hold on. Okay. I've been waiting all night for this. Number one, I'm starting with Kenzie. I'm sick of her. I do not like her. I have never liked her. I will never like her. First of all, the eyes, they gotta go. I'm gonna take them out, roll them somewhere else. Second of all, her overbite pisses me off. My teeth aren't perfect, but I know that's rude, but like I have the deepest OCD, and every time I look at her overbite, it stresses my brain out. Third of all, she gives me, oh my God, the lion ate my face when it comes to, the maggots. She probably just left that group. It's not a little, oh, she was in her teenage years. No, she voted for that man. She did. She voted for him and then found out she couldn't have schmorshins. And was like, oh my God, now I can't do what I want. Anyways, I'm sorry. I shouldn't shade her this much, but I am. Anyways, Corbin does not like you, babe. He likes that you're blue-eyed and blonde, but he does not like you. Second of all, Caleb doesn't like anybody. From what I've seen, that man's just there for the next 3 days, and then he's out. Okay? We will not see him again. I'm gonna mention the barely needed to be mentioned, okay? Jen, babe, what are you why are you here? Literally, you're sitting on the couch staring at nothing for 24 hours of the day. That's crazy. Get off my island. Now we're gonna get to the harder people, okay? We're gonna start with KC. KC in this joint. You're cool. I mean, I don't particularly like KC. I don't particularly hate KC. He's kind of just there. And I feel like he gonna switch up on Anaya. I think that when Anaya had her little crying fest, it really turned him off to her. He still likes her enough, but it turned him off on her. But he's like, I'm still gonna treat her how I've been treating her because I feel like it's my duty. I think he was taught to be very kind to women, and he's being very kind to Anaya. Love her down. I do. If you keep enabling people, I promise you, because I don't know if anybody else peep. I'm going to be honest. This live has been so long that I haven't listened to most of y'all. I love all of y'all, but I haven't, okay? I don't know if y'all peeped it. Hold on. But Anaya first told med school, yeah, go get him. And then when KC started getting riled up, that's when she said, no, come back. Yeah. You still want to put that pack in Melanie's back until a whole group of people are like, wait, this is a bad idea. Anaya, I love strong black women, but you're not being strong enough for your friends for me. Because I promise you, I ripped that battery pack out of all of my friends' backs when they're not right. And I need you to do that a little bit more. Melly Mel, I still don't like you. I understand you a little bit more from this one, but I still do not like you, baby girl. Oh, you very rightfully should be upset. Very, very rightfully. Because 2 seconds before he kissed Soul again, he said he wouldn't kiss Soul again. Make up your mind, cheater. I hate you too, Sincere. I have so many emotions. I think it's because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm tired. But, Sincere, I hate you. I was rooting for you a little bit before. That's why I voted for you to get with Soul. But now I really just want to take that whole privilege away from you because of how you're running this place. You don't deserve Soul anymore. If you'll do it to Melanie, you'll do it to Soul, and I can see it. And also the fact that you can't stand up for yourself or your own needs pisses me off too, because you're still an adult at the end of the day. Go to therapy. Tina is right here. She will direct you to a great therapist, babe. You know I know what I'm talking about, Tina. Don't even. Who else is there? Corbin, you are a semi-pretty face that needs to get out of mine. Thank you. Gabe, I don't even find you attractive. Please stop sucking every lip in your vicinity. That's nasty. That's nasty. You might accidentally contract something because somebody got bitten by a mosquito for a second. Calm down, because if you give my girl Bea anything, I promise I'm coming at you with a vengeance. I love Bea with my entire chest, okay? Bea is my number one. I may be black girl down, but Bea is my number one. Babe, stop getting those braids. And once you do, you absolutely can be right neck and neck with, not neck and neck with Ola. You can be like 12 notches down from Ola, okay? But you still up there. Wait, huh?
Go ahead,
I'm
finish.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was just riffing. I think that's all I got to talk about. Anybody else that I didn't mention? Oh, Trinity. I'm sorry I went over my time, but Trinity, what she said, I'm not fucking with it. Neither am I, babe, because he's not going to get you kicked out of this villa if I have something to say about it. If anything, Bryce can go. Bye. Bring in a bombshell for her. That's all I got to say. Love you, Tina.
Love you too, boo. Okay, Auntie, Nene, and then Majestic.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, I can.
Yeah. I just screamed a little bit because I love you so much and I'm so glad that you brought me up here. So thank you so much. I'm gonna go through my points really quickly. I have Gabe knows how many taste buds each girl has because that's all we see him do is kiss people. Sincere really irritated me because he knew Mel wasn't just talking about how many times he kissed in Speakeasy. He knew exactly what she meant. He tried to skirt around that one, and she bought that, but I'm gonna let that go. Production is really giving all air, no chips with these conversations. Like, I need more context. I need to see case in point. When Sean was kissing Kenzie, we was like, where did that come from? Because we had a whole chapter missing. So I need them to give us more so I can feel more connected and I can understand a little bit more where they're coming from, because right now it's a lot of chaos going on, a lot of not understanding. So I just need production to give us a little bit more. Bryce likes to be humiliated because you talking about you wanna pull a chat with Kayda. She already dished you in the bed when you asked her for a kiss. Now you want to go talk to her. You want to pull her for a chat. I'm just going to need him to figure out what he wants. And I just feel bad for Trinity because Trinity really does seem to like him, in my opinion. And I feel like she's going to be bamboozled. But that's what I have for Bryce. And then last point is the interesting part. I know you don't like Kenzie. But the interesting point that I noticed about her is, like, in the beginning of the season, she was real butthurt that Zach didn't find her attractive. And a couple of episodes, we saw her really, like, in her feelings about that. Now she went from, being insecure about that to having a roster, and she's feeling like she doesn't know what to do with a roster. So I just feel there's a lot of things that she doesn't know how to deal with. So I just need her to figure out who she is before she can really pursue someone, because She feels insecure. People don't find her attractive, but then she doesn't know what to do when she's getting attention. So I just feel like she need to figure that out. But yeah, that's all I had. Thank you so much for inviting me up.
Love you. Thank you for requesting. I'm glad you came up. Gigi, I will bring you up for your point of clarification after Majestic finishes. Majestic babe, please give me your thoughts, my love.
Hi. Sorry, I'll try to make this quick because I know everybody's tired. And honestly, everybody's kind of said everything, but starting with Kenzie, because she pissed me off today. Like, honestly, this whole episode pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. First of all, the way she talks, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. She's like mushing her words together. And I just can't do it. Also, I live in Georgia. I know exactly where Kennesaw is. That girl is, she's putting on a show. I'm sorry. She's putting on a show. Kennesaw is not Hicktown. It's literally the suburb. Like, let's be real. Her being mad at Melanie, for, having a chat with Corbin. I get it, but girl, you go to Caleb. Everyone's putting y'all two together anyway. You're fetishizing this man, and it upsets me to the highest degree. And I also, not that I like Corbin anyway, because him asking for a kiss for the 50 millionth time again, boy, go sit down somewhere. Nobody wants to kiss you, bruh. But yeah, Kenzie needs to chill. And I really do appreciate how Melanie was like, no, I gotta talk to Kenzie first, and then we can talk about it. As far as Sincere and Saul, here's the thing. I feel like Sincere started this whole back and forth with Kayda when he pulled Kayda for a chat and downplayed it. And then Melanie wanted to get her get back, which is why she did the back and forth thing last episode. And now Sincere is getting his get back at the same time, but he does like Saul. And I feel like Saul likes him. And I was here for their connection, I'm not gonna lie. But the way he went about it, it's so messy. And it's turning into the Sincere and Mel show. And I want to see other couples. I really do. Also, side note, for Saul to say that Sincere's name is fitting is very ironic. It's very ironic because that's not fitting at all. We need to see other couples. I agree with the last person who came up, who said that we're missing stuff from production is cutting out stuff. Because all I'm hearing from each conversation these couples has is, are we good? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. I'm not hearing any, seeing them get to know each other. I feel like Sincere and Soul was the very first time, in this 8 episodes, that I saw, okay, this is actual conversation. They're actually getting to know each other. We need more conversations. Anaya and Casey, I love my girl Anaya. I love her, but she needs to stop giving advice. Firstly, you're trying to be villa therapist, but secondly, the advice is not even good advice. It's not even good advice. Just hush, girl. I don't know, but I feel like Casey likes Anaya more than Anaya likes Casey. Casey had liked her from the beginning, but Anaya didn't choose his door. And even though she is probably growing to like him, I feel like Casey is feeling that disconnect. It does feel like there's something disconnecting there, and Casey's probably getting tired. He's probably getting tired of being the one to chase her and being the one to check in and everything. And if there is a girl that he really likes that comes in, they might not have a connection anymore. And then lastly, for Trinity, for B and Gabriel wanted a reaction out of B when he told her he kissed those girls. because she said okay. And he was like, oh, okay, that's it. Like, he wanted her to have a bigger reaction than she did. And honestly, I'm with everybody else. Like, Gabriel can leave the villa. He can go. And then lastly, who was that? Oh, Trinity and Bryce. Bryce and Trinity, they never liked each other. When they had the door where they had to like choose to stay or leave, they both chose to leave. But Bryce trying to go for Kayda again confuses me because Kayda never liked him. When they were all three in the bed together and Zach and Kayda were trying to cuddle and Bryce tried to get in on it, Kayda was like, nah, get your ass out of here. Like, like he said, like, so him trying to go for Kayda out of everybody else confused the hell out of me. And then I feel like he's projecting so much onto Trinity. Like, I feel like, yes, Trinity likes him a little bit, or like has grown to like him, let me say. And he's just like, oh, well, you know, I feel like it's the age thing. And I feel like, you know, like her wanting more affection, I forget how he put it, but her wanting more affection, he like turned it into like, oh, maybe she doesn't really like me, which was like his reasoning does not make any sense to me at all. And it's so like, I'm so lost. But he just needs to be honest and say, look, you know what? The age thing is fucking me up. That's really what it is. The age thing is fucking me up and I don't like it. And I mean, like, I just feel like we're not going to work, instead of like stringing her along. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I hope tomorrow is better, because today was just like, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming up. I am going to drop y'all and bring Gigi up, and then I'm going to give like my final thoughts. Listen, Bryce is still going for a 22-year-old though, y'all. Kayda's still 22. So I actually don't feel like it's an age thing. I think he's just not that into her. And I think that she is, I don't know, maybe y'all have never experienced this before, but have you ever been the cute girl at school, or the cute boy at school, or the cute person at school, and someone likes you that you don't necessarily like back, right? Like, you don't really think that they're cute, but like, you know, they're a nice enough person, and people are like, oh my God, like y'all are cute together. Like, oh my gosh, y'all are this, y'all are that. And then you just sort of like let yourself convince yourself that I really like them. And it's like, do you like them? Or are you allowing people to convince you that you like them? I don't think that there was initial attraction. And regardless of friends to lovers trope, there's still an initial attraction, y'all. There's still an initial attraction. I am firmly of the belief system that Trinity stood behind that man's door because nobody else did. And she could have chosen Casey. Sure. But I think Bryce was the safe bet. Nobody chose that man she wasn't going to have to be chosen between. Like Anaya and Melanie. Right? So I want us to let them let it go, and for us to be okay with them letting it go. Casey and Anaya, my bad. I meant to bring up Gigi for the point of clarification. Hold on.
Hey, no problem. So I was in the shower taking off my mask, so I had to, I was listening to Seventh Letter, and I just want to let it be known, me and Seventh Letter got beef now, because she messing with my good name. Homie, home slice, home skillet. I know that I have a reputation as a tapping taskmaster. However, that tap game wasn't supposed to start till 35 after the hour, and they were supposed to have 10 minutes. Reread the message, homie. Reread the message. Don't have these people out here in the TikTok streets mad at me.
She a tap driver, y'all. She a tap driver.
That was all 7 letters doing it. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Screenshot it, homie. Screenshot it. You gonna be embarrassed. Screenshot it. You gonna be embarrassed, homie.
Crying. I'm crying. Okay, I want to touch really quickly Casey and Anaya, y'all, and then we're gonna wrap. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna subscribers. I will make a video about this. I'm not gonna say too much publicly about them, and that's on purpose because I feel like they're getting a lot of unwarranted heat. If I'm honest, and I don't want to be a person. I know what my take is going to be, but I also know that people sometimes struggle with nuance, and I don't want to give y'all anything potentially to even run with, even in the slightest about them. What I will say about Casey and Anaya, I absolutely believe that Casey likes that girl. I have always said to you all that I think that he likes her more than him. I will never feel like that is a bad thing though, okay? Because I actually think it's good for the guy to like the girl just a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Level up that power dynamic a little bit, you feel me? So I'm actually not mad at that part of it. I do think that Anaya is having a hard time, what I'm seeing, letting the walls down just a little bit, right? And I'm going to speculate in my subscriber video as to why that might be, but I do think that she is having a hard time leaning into fully the trust and letting down the walls. And I do think that she is growing to like that man. And I think that, you know, listen, again, I say all the time, yes, I want her to have a fun summer. Yes, I want her to do all the things. And I just want us to give her a smidgen of grace around how she's showing up in the villa, right? Is it that she's wanting to be the villa therapist or that she's being sought out as the villa therapist? We see how she is with Sincere, and I think they have a very cutesy friendship, okay? Their friendship is very cutesy. But this just goes to show that it's not even just the girls, right? And so I don't think that that's fair to keep putting it on her. What is she supposed to do? Tell them no? I don't think that that's, I don't think that that's fair. I think that that is like I think that that's a critique y'all should get up off of. If you're going to critique it about them making her the villa therapist, not her being the villa therapist. Does that make sense? I don't think she's seeking that out. I think they seek her out because they trust her, right? I've said it since the beginning. Anaya, when she came into the villa, had a magnetic energy, which is why I loved her so much. She was just boisterous and magnetic and just and so gregarious and just confident, and I loved that about her when she came into the villa. And y'all are watching this show just like me, and I know that you all have watched that shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink. And we can speculate as to why, right? But I do think that has been happening. And so I want y'all to have just a smidge of grace, that this is something that she's never experienced before. Something that somebody said about Anaya that I think is a great point, right? Anaya is actually, I'm going to frame this, just follow me, is not a strong Black woman. Anaya has been able to live a life of softness and a life of privilege. So you all are watching her and expecting to relate to her in a way, as far as I know, you know, I didn't grow up in her same tax bracket. I can't relate to that. You feel me? I can't relate to that. Right? And so the way that she shows up, I just need us to remember that she comes from a pedigree and a career. Let's also clock that. She's one of the few people on this show that has an actual career and not just a job. Anaya has something to lose. And so she's only going to, I think, offer so much. And I need us to just be okay with that and celebrate the parts that we get to see. And hope that everybody backs the fuck up and lets her have a beautiful experience while she's there. But I just don't feel like it's fair to keep putting it on her. And I don't think that people are doing it intentionally. But as someone that I've told y'all before, I used to get super, super frustrated when I would watch people cry, like especially women, like, bitch, get your shit together. Stop being a weak ass bitch, right? But that was my own shit that I was projecting, right? And I had to like work through that, right? So I don't think that people mean to put it on her, but I want you to get curious about why does that feel so frustrating for you? Watching her in that role. What are your experiences like in your life? And can you make a little bit of space for her and make a little bit of space for yourself? I'm just saying. You feel me? Yeah, so I want people to just ease up a smidge. You feel me? Final thoughts about Mel. She has not redeemed herself, but I'm always going to give credit where it's due. And there were moments tonight, not the whole episode, but there were certainly moments tonight where I'm going to give credit where it's due. I felt like she did good in those moments. And I do just not even on some like she's getting on my nerves, she is, but not even about that. Just on some real shit. I don't think the villa is good for baby. I don't think the villa is good for baby girl. I think it is hard on her mental. She said, I've been crying all week. Why would y'all wish that on somebody? Let that girl come home. Let that girl come home. Where she is loved and cared for and supported. The moments, Christine, I appreciated the conversation with Kenzie. I appreciated the moment of vulnerability on the loungers. And I appreciated her choosing to get up and go to wherever she went when she could tell that she was getting ready to have a big, like she couldn't stop herself from having that big emotional reaction when Bea was comforting her. I'm going to give her, and I also gave her, she is absolutely correct that Sincere is gaslighting her about this experience. But I do think it is in her best interest to go home. What I'm going to say about Bea, I love Bea down. People are somebody asked in the comments, what do we see in Bea that they don't see? What I see in Bea that I relate to and I really like about Bea is the same thing that I see in Kayda, the same thing that I see in Anaya, the same thing that I see in Trinity. There's a level of confidence that I enjoy about them. And what I really enjoy about Trinity as well is the way that she subverts the way that people think Black women are supposed to show up on TV. She ain't doing that shit. She told y'all that she gave some dome in the back of her mama car. She said, I don't give a fuck what y'all think Black women are supposed to look like on TV. Baby, I'm living in my truth. And I like that, right? But Bea, I really appreciate her confidence. I appreciate her saying, I compete for medals, not men. I don't know how that's going to work out on Love Island. But shout out my nigga Bea, okay? I appreciate her directness. I appreciate her communication skills. Because those are all things that I value in my own life and about myself. So of course I'm going to like that about her. Does that make sense? Part of the reason why I cannot vibe with Kenzie and Melanie is because they are male-centered to an extent that creates a disconnect between me and them. Every woman on this show is male-centered to an extent. Otherwise, I don't think you survived this show, honestly, personally. But they are male-centered in a way that creates a disconnect for me. And Melanie is not that way because she used to be fat. And fat is relative because that girl really, I mean, was she fat or was she just big? Or than she is now. Anyway. Okay. I know that I mostly talk about the girls, y'all, and I sometimes I have a little bit for the men, but honestly, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care about the men to have too many thoughts about them, to be perfectly honest. I don't think about the men, you know?
I'm gonna
Ginger,
say.
did you request? Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna say one more thing
Okay.
before you say goodnight. I know sometimes you be trying to ignore the hell out of me when I do this. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't roll your eyes at me. But even at that concert, surrounded by a whole bunch of white tea rockers and they old ass rocker get up, I saw the way your voice changed when Chris was like,
God.
"Yeah, yeah, you know, the black women." Listen, look, she blushing. Look at her. So I got a message for you.
Y'all
I
are
got
so
this homeboy named Big C, right? He wanna holler.
I'm gonna drop you, Gigi.
Oh, oh, since we're on the topic of Anaya, here's what I wanted to say. Y'all keep saying she's giving bad advice. The girl is disassociating. She's given up. She's literally looking at that girl and she's like, girl, you want to run and cause a scene? Run and cause a scene. You don't want to give a fuck? Don't give a fuck. Like, it's not bad advice, y'all. The girl just doesn't care anymore. Like, that's what you're watching. She's honestly, for all of them, she has decided she's not going to be that for them anymore. So she be looking at them like, do it. I dare you. Y'all, go. Yes, just stop talking to me. Go. Get out of here. Please, I'm scared of you, bitch. And that's what it's giving. And I don't know why y'all can't see it. My girl wants to be liberated from the shackles. Set her free, y'all.
Free my girl Anaya, y'all.
Till it's backwards.
Till it's backwards.
Side note, Ginger, did I lie?
About what?
About her every time Chris come on screen or she hear his voice in the background.
You know that's her man. You know that's her
You know,
man.
she give my man.
My man. Not too much because I give it two and they're going to drag me. Let me stop.
Bye. Bye. Anyway, nobody asked y'all. Okay, I love y'all down. I had fun with y'all tonight. If you were in my queue and I didn't bring you up, will you DM me? I would love to bring you up next time. Sometimes we just be on here for too long, y'all. So I'd like everybody to have a space if they can. Okay, I love y'all down. Have a great night.